Hello Wargamers! Welcome to a very special occasion. Luka and Skari here from MiniWarGaming.com playing some 10th edition Warhammer 40k for you guys here. And since the data sheets are available, we are going to be playing our favorite armies against one another. We threw together a Necron list up against some Drukhari.
We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming's Warhammer 40k Battle Report.
Well, let's take a look at the list today. The things we threw together to clash against one another. Let's start with the Necrons. So, obviously, my one and true love would be the Necrons here. I am very excited to play them. This is the first time playing them in this edition, so we all get to share this kind of together. And I threw together a menagerie of things that I typically like. So, starting with the Warlord, we have a Necron Overlord. He is going to have a Void Scythe as well as a Resurrection Orb. It would be a little weird if I didn't take any enhancements, so I gave him the Veil of Darkness today, which is quite a nice little enhancement for the Necron army list. Works a little differently than 9th edition, but still very impactful and pretty critical in a lot of lists. Moving on to other character support, I'm going pretty heavy into the martial prowess of the Necrons here, not so much the nerd aspect of it. So we got a Skorpek Lord, as well as a Necron Lord that'll have a, I think they call them the Lord's Blades today, so it won't be a Staff of Light. He is also going to have a Resurrection Orb, which is like outstanding. On to some battle line choices, going with a little Silvertide today. I will have a unit of 20 warriors with Reapers. I'm going to have 2 units of Necron Immortals, one with blasters and one with Tesla carbines. I'm just trying everything out, so gotta put them on the table and see how they perform first before any harsh judgments come about. I am, of course, bringing the meme machine because I gotta give it a try in 10th edition. I do like its new rule quite a bit, but we'll see how long it can last on the battlefield. I will be running 2 units of Necron Flayed Ones who kind of fill the same role they did before, which was very important. So it's very important to try them out in the list. A unit of Canoptic Scarabs, which completely different in their kind of function in a Necron list. Still pretty damn fun though, so very excited to run them. Scarabs have always been one of my favorite units. I have a unit of Skorpek Destroyers that are 6 strong, and they got 2 Plasma Sight tokens. You know what? I'm done saying how much I love what they've done to it. You guys get the idea. The Plasma Sight tokens, dope. Everything, dope. It's great. And I have a unit of 10 Lich Guard Sword and Board today. That's kind of the tried and true. It's always been a good build for them no matter what throughout the ages. So we'll see if we can send it home all the same. It's about that sustained fight, that long fight that they win. Not necessarily the War Scythe one and done, because you know they get shot at and they're one and done kind of idea. And of course, last and certainly not least, the Necron Monolith with Death Rays in our list today. It just goes hand in hand with any old school Necron list, so we're gonna have some fun with it and see how he performs.
Welcome, the Dark Kin. I'm so excited for the new edition of Warhammer, and of course, as the Archon of the ages, I thought I'd have to bring all of the Dark Eldar. Now, I had to use Steve's collection though. So, you know, I looked in the box that Steve has, and I found that he didn't have an Archon, or Witches, or Rax. So I had to look in the collection and go, you know what, I want to show all these models off. So look at this awesome Corsair standing in for my Archon today with his Drakeskin cloak, Huskblade, and Blast Pistol. Yes, use your imagination. So I said, you know what, I want to try showcase as many different things as possible. So a little bit of everything. I am leaning into the detachment rules that are available for the Dark Eldar, which is the Drukhari, which is the real space raid detachment. So I decided to take 1 Archon, 1 Succubus that is going to be standing in by this Gladiatrix from the Daughters of Cain range, and 1 Homunculus, which Steve actually owned one. Look at that. And then I decided to run a couple of squads of Kabalite Warriors. They just come in 10s and have 1 of every gun. So I just gave him 1 of every gun and put 2 squads in to get some nice troops in there. I put a Court of the Archon in there because I really like its ability to enhance a unit that the Archon is attached to. So I'm essentially going to be running a giant blob with a court and an Archon, which is going to be super fun. Incubi, they were a mainstay in 9th edition. So I'm taking a squad. Let's try out, see what they do in this new edition. I did take a unit of Racks, a unit of Witches, so I can try them out, and then a couple of hodgepodge stuff. Scourge haven't been good in forever, so I decided to take both of the squads that Steve has in his collection with Dark Lances. I don't know if I'd run them with Dark Lances, because I think Heat Lances are better, but whatever. It's what they're equipped with. A Talos with the worst loadout in my opinion. Chain Flails, an Ichor Injector, and Splinter Cannons, but that's what it's equipped with. A Chronos. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this pain token mechanic works, and the Chronos seems pretty useful, being able to refund pain tokens as I go along the game. I did take a Ravager, a unit of Reaver jet bikes that has been upgraded to have 6 of them, and then 2 Raiders and a Venom. That's it. Like, I did decide, unlike Luka, I was like, I want to try all of the enhancements, so I am taking the max of 3 you're allowed, and I'm going to take the enhancement on the Succubus, the Bloodglaive. I'm going to take the enhancement on the Archon, which is Labyrinthine Cunning. I'm going to take Master Pain or whatnot on the Homunculus to kind of give me some more sweet, sweet pain tokens. So all in all, let's just showcase what this army can do, and I can't really, like, trap Necrons to take back to the Dark City. They don't have souls, so I'm not exactly sure why I have to fight them. However, let's just say it's a rivalry built through the eons, and I must have glory.
Typically, we would just figure out the mission off camera and then show you guys what we're doing, but we figured the first time, why don't we go through the process with you guys watching and see if you like it. It's very similar to Tempest of War from 9th, so obviously a lot of inspiration from that.
Which I'm really excited about.
Why don't you go through the motions here with us?
So in the deck of cards, there's a whole bunch of cards. You have 12 different mission rules. You have 9 primary missions, and you have 5 different deployment styles, which, if you have played Warhammer before, you are familiar with these deployment styles.
Dawn of Warhammer.
The biggest change here is that the objectives are preset based on the deployment style.
Yeah.
So whatever deployment style you choose, there will be preset. There is a mission rule, though, that then says, no, you player place your objectives. So there is one mission rule where it doesn't matter. You'll just kind of go back and forth. So with that, we're going to draw 1 mission primary. We're going to draw a mission rule, and then we're going to draw a deployment.
Yeah.
Now, I think right now we're going to say, if we draw a mission rule which is no mission rules, which is called Chill and Rain, we're going to redraw that.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's not fun.
And this is also the general format. You guys can change this up however you want at home. This is like the typical, like, this is how it works. Do whatever you want.
So I'm going to make Luka's hand touch one of these.
This one. That one right there.
That one? Okay,
Yeah.
so
Boom.
we are playing...
Chilling Rain! I did it! Okay, bye-bye. Okay. It's gone. Oop.
Please.
All right, that can't happen again. This one here.
I should have just taken it out of the deck.
You know what? It's funny how chosen battle.
Oh, there we go. So player placed objectives.
Okay, well that is funny enough.
There you go. We literally just talked about that. That is hilarious.
Both sides have scouted the area extensively, pinpointing the exact locations of vital sites.
Cool.
Okay, sure.
So player placed objectives, and then we're going to go ahead and do. This is our primary rule.
Right. This card right there. That's
This
the
one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take and hold.
That sounds very simple and basic.
Yeah. So 15 points per turn, and 5 points for each objective you control.
Okay.
Just each objective you control is 5 points. That's pretty straightforward.
All right.
Yeah.
And
then we're going to go ahead and do our deployment style.
It's 1 of 5. I like that card there. That's the one.
That
Search
would
and
be
destroy.
Search and destroy. Good old table.
Can we see the other one? Let me see the other ones.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
So you've got your Crucible Battle, so corner to half.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. Then you've got your other sweeping engagement, which is corner to half, but the other way.
So it's the Donald.
Your good old traditional hammer and anvil.
The Holy Dawn of War. Yes, it still exists. Bless. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to go away, but that's I love. It's been around for like 30 plus years, guys. It's been like the mainstay.
So that sounds great. So we have our mission, and normally we put the objectives like this,
But
However,
I can almost guarantee you they're probably going to end up very similar to this anyway.
very, very close. Yes, absolutely.
All right, so we'll be back with our setup on the table. Before we put too many objectives down and deploy our forces, I figured I'd show off the table we have set up here. Again, it's the same concept of the older editions. We're playing the recommended size board is your 60 by 44 inch.
Yep.
You can play whatever size you want at home, but we're going to stick with this one here because, well, we know how the viewers are. So we are...
The most awesome in all of the land.
Yeah, they're the best in all the land. I do love you guys. But some of you don't love me back.
Downvote for Skari and Luka.
Downvote for Skari, fake accent.
I really need to make that a t-shirt now. Should just be like hashtag downvote for Skari.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we put one objective down. It's directly in the middle there. And it's underneath that piece of terrain. Then Skari won the roll-off. He plays the first one. I am going to put down the rest. Well, mine, then Skari, then mine, then Skari's. I decided to put one in this deployment zone, right by this control tower. And then Skari matched it by saying
This big building is important. I kind of put it right in the middle of the quarter.
Kind of like where it goes-ish.
Yeah.
And then I
made that important. So
one's
there's
important.
one right here.
Exactly.
Now in 10th edition, it's important to note you can't stand on the marker that is the objective.
You just be around it.
So I highly recommend that you get like a 40mm base and build objectives.
Yeah, things
you
that
can
are
kind of
important,
put on so that you remember not to stand on it.
They have kits for like ammo caches and like
They do,
computer
just-
consoles and stuff.
Like you can put a bunch of stuff. I'm
Yeah.
probably going to do a bunch of Dark Eldari spikes.
They're probably going to release objective sets. Just something for them to sell, right?
They have before.
They have before.
Note,
but now.
this is a cool little bit of trivia for you, but the ones they released for 9th edition were on 50mm bases.
Which is
Too big.
too big. Oh, they are on 50 mils.
Yeah, they're
Interesting.
supposed to be 40s. and
Yeah,
they released
okay. I was
their
gonna say
objective
these look
set
like
with
these look
50s.
like 40s, not 50s.
These are 40s.
Yeah, okay.
They're supposed to be 40s.
Oh, okay. Well, you could take the base off them and
Sure.
put 40s on, I suppose.
Yeah, I just like the selling of the 50s.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Sure.
And then I decided to put that one kind of out in the open, and that will give us... Oh, and then Skari put one back here behind this
Little
building.
command console thingy.
So that is our 5 objectives. We are going to roll off for attacker and defender. Now, fun fact.
Winner has to be attacker.
Yes.
That just means the loser picks their side and starts deploying first.
Yep, there's no win the roll off
Nope.
and force the other person to deploy first or second
No.
or anything.
Yeah, there's no, it's that whole analysis paralysis. It's nice to see things that like take away that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just, like, focus.
Don't overthink it, just play the game. kind of
Correct,
thing, right?
exactly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, who's
I got
attacking,
it.
who's defending?
I'm
it seems like
attacking.
you're attacking me. Why would you attack me?
Well, I'm
What did I ever
attacking
do
this
to you?
area and you're freaking here. That's what's up.
Guilty as charged.
always just here, dude.
I will just pick this side.
That side over there?
Yeah,
All
might as well.
And then I will be deploying on this side. We are going to be right back as you guys know the mission. I'll explain the mission in further details if you didn't catch it earlier. And skip ahead if you hate hearing my voice again and again. But before we deploy, there's actually a few more steps here.
That's right. So the next step is, this is the 7th step in our process of setting up a game. It's select our secondary missions. So the mission cards, for anybody who played Tempest of War, understands what they do. You pick a card, you do what it says on the card, you get points. Now, in 10th edition, you get a maximum of 40 points on secondaries per game instead of 45. You get a maximum of 50 primary points instead of 45. So primary is a little bit more important than it used to be. Secondaries less so.
You still get 10 points for painting an army.
I painted my army.
For
It
that
is
extra
painted.
little bit.
Exactly.
There.
Now, each of these cards, there are, I think, 6 or 7 cards in each deck that have that little doodad.
Right there. There's like a page with corners missing.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that is a card that you can pick as a fixed objective. Now, if you're a fan of secondary missions in the 9th edition, like GT mission packs, those little cards are for you. So in this step, Luka and I are both going to randomly pick 2 of our cards.
Randomly pick them?
No, well, not randomly, but
Oh, okay.
like
You don't know what I'm
secretly-
picking.
Secretly pick
Yes.
2 of the cards and put them face down. And Luka's going to do the same.
I had to cut it hard to do with one hand. I'll pick that one, and I'll pick that one. There we
Okay.
go.
So now that we've picked them, we reveal them.
All right, you picked.
I did not pick 2 that have the little thing, and
That
you
did-
didn't either.
Yeah.
That means that we are both playing tactical, so we're going to use the cards.
Yes.
However, if either of us would have picked and you pick or you build a list. You can potentially build a list that builds these fixed, and then they become fixed, and you don't use the rest of the cards.
You're just playing with those two
You
secondaries.
just play with these two secondary objectives for the rest of the game.
But your opponent also knows
Correct.
you're playing those
But
two
if you
secondaries.
build a list that sort of like skews into that, that's where there's some cool strategy. You can either do the cards if you like the random, or you can just build a list that does two things very well consistently to get points, which I think is really cool.
I like the idea of, I'm always for adding more random nature to any level of the game. Competitive level, casual level doesn't really matter. So I'm curious if it'll be frustrating for those who like the fixed play to fight an opponent who's just doing something random every turn. It's hard to play against it because you don't know what's going to come up.
But at the same time, if you say I play a lot of team-based games,
Right.
Like in a maybe you build a list that is designed to just get certain amount of points to like stop your opponent from carrying away the score.
Right.
And you just know that you're going to get this many points every game.
No matter what, you'll get
no
your
matter
20
what,
secondary points or something, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that would be really interesting to see.
True.
However,
Interesting.
you and I are both playing tactical objectives this game.
Excellent. Love it.
Yeah.
I'll probably, honestly, guys, I think I might do that all the time going forward.
me
That's
too.
typically how I like to play.
I play Eldar too, so I'm fast and
Yeah, you can kind of do whatever you want. A little bit harder for like Votan or Necrons or like the slower armies, but we'll see. Maybe, things pop up.
So now that we have know that we're playing our tactical objectives, now the next part is declaring our battle formations. And this is now the step where our characters join units and we do all that sort of stuff. So let's make sure we declare all that as we go.
Oh, mine is gonna be kind of obvious. Is yours obvious?
Mine has a couple of things that I want to show off because there's like an interesting couple of mechanics. But why don't you tell folks what you're doing and then we'll go to mine.
I am gonna have a Necron Lord join the Warriors. We're gonna have the Skorpek Lord join the Skorpek Destroyers. They have like various bonuses that work really well with these units. And we're not gonna go through this every game we play, just for this one here, just to show you guys kind of how it works. This is also the step where you declare your units and transports, as well as what is gonna be in reserve.
Yeah.
And of course, a Necron Overlord with his Honor Guard, the Lich Guard.
So mine is a little bit interesting. Number one, the Venom. Now, a Venom can only carry 6 models. However, units of Cabalites and things like Witches come in squads of 10. So at the start of the declared battle formations, I can pick a Cabalite Warrior squad or Witch squad and split it into 2 units of 5.
Kind of like the old combat squads.
Correct. And so 5 of them will start embarked in the Venom, and the other 5 can go in something else, or they can get deployed as a separate unit. So I will be doing that with the Venom, and I will be putting the 5 models inside that have all of the guns. So the Dark Lance, the Splinter Cannon, the Blaster, the Shredder, and the
And the leader?
and actually no, we won't do the leader. We'll do that.
Just
and
a
the
splinter
leader will
rifle?
go, yeah, just a regular splinter rifle wound. So that'll be in one, and then I have another 5 strong unit that will join the Incubi in a Raider.
You have a Raider, understood.
I have
Gotcha.
2 more Raiders, yeah, so that's gonna be there. So then the other interesting one, well, let's do the simple ones. Homunculus joining Rax, leading the Rack unit, and my Succubus leading the Witch unit. The Witches will go into the second Raider.
Gotcha.
Now this is a fun one. I have another 10 strong unit of Cabalite Warriors, which means my Archon will join them, but then the Court is allowed to join the unit that the Archon has joined.
I have, Necrons have like the Cryptex do stuff
Correct.
like that as well.
So, so now the big, and I'm not splitting this unit, but it's 10 Cabalites with 4 from the Court and the Archon making a giant 16 strong unit that is -1 to wound, always strikes first, and has lethal hits on all its guns.
It's because that's
And
what
all
the
its
Court
weapons.
adds to it.
Correct. So
kind
the
of,
Court adds a bunch of stuff to the unit and makes it like a big beefy unit, which, by the way, I'm really excited to find out what a Tantalus does, because if it still carries 16, it'll be perfect for this mega unit, which I think is going to be great.
Okay.
And that, I am going to be putting the Raider with my Witches into Deep Strike, because all Raiders and Venoms gained Deep Strike again.
Oh, they haven't had that in a bit.
I know.
What,
I'm so
7th edition
excited.
was the last time they had that?
Yeah, so I'm going to be putting them in Deep Strike, and I'm hoping to show off the rapid insertion stratagem as well, which will be really
Oh, is that like a
fancy.
Drukhari one?
No, that's a main core rulebook one, which
fair.
is I get to bring in my reserves at the end of your movement phase. So that then I can bring them in, and then in my next turn, they're already on the table.
True.
Which is really cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. You could put them somewhere safe-ish.
Correct. And
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can like
I like it. That's
I like
cool.
it too.
Nice.
It's going to be exciting.
Now we deploy our forces, starting with Skari in that corner over there.
Yep.
Boom! Sorry to scare you guys. We are deployed though. So Skari ended up deploying some things first. But when we go over your deployment, you know what? I'll just do my infiltrators first. They're the most interesting ones on my end. I put flayed ones near this objective, and I threw flayed ones near this objective. Flayed ones have 2 core rules: infiltrators, which is the old. I don't even know what the general term for it was.
That wasn't a general term. It was
concealed
forward
deployment.
deploy.
Forward deploy.
Is
yeah.
what we called it.
Now it's infiltrators, which it always kind of has been.
It always was.
But it's the exact same rules as the 9th edition, more than 9 away from your models and deployment zone.
Yep.
Otherwise, good to go. They also have stealth, which is clutch. I like that rule on them a lot. Then
-1 to be shot at. -1 to hit when
no
you
matter
shoot.
how far away. It could be like point blank range, -1 to hit. I will say that I'll just go over the rest of mine. Necron warriors on the hill with the Lord attaché, and then we have scarabs, reanimator, Scorpek with Scorpek Lord, the Lich Guard right in the middle.
Oh, they're gonna that shield wall is gonna be annoying.
A little aggressive, I think, but maybe
Yeah.
hopefully worth it. And then Immortals, and Monolith, which is like, this thing still seems like he's got so much utility. It almost might be hard to play without him in a lot of ways.
We'll see.
We'll see how easy he goes down.
See how he. Yes.
Yeah.
I do have the tools to take him down, but he's toughness 14.
Which is a rather high
Which
toughness.
means I need 5s to wound him in most cases, and I don't have any Haywire Blasters in my list.
That would be kind of clutch if you did, though.
Yes, Haywire Blasters would be very nice. Which is what I normally have my Talos equipped with, or I will be equipping my Talos with, but not Steve's Talos.
No, Steve's Talos is odd. Steve's Drukhari army is actually quite...
It's actually really cool.
It's an enigma. He randomly... One time he was playing a guest, and the guest said, I kind of want to start a Drukhari army, and I think your Archon's really cool. I want to try and make it off of your Archon. And then Steve's like, oh, just have him. That's where his Archon... He just gave it to that guest.
Nice, that's amazing.
So he's never had another Archon since.
great.
Yeah, that Archon's still out there floating somewhere.
I love it. Send us a picture.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you have Steve's Archon, let us know.
Put it up on the Discord. Hashtag Where's Steve Archon now?
Where's Steve's Archon now? If you're watching this and you're on the MiniWarGaming Discord, absolutely go
Yes,
do that.
please do.
It's your Archon. Steve gave it to you, but that thing has been missing for years.
Yeah, I love it. So I decided to put my Scourge just behind this building. The cool thing about Ruins is there's this rule called Plunging Fire. So any unit that's 6 inches up and shooting down at a unit that's 5 inches? 5 inches lower or something like that.
Has to be like all on the ground, stuff like that.
Yeah, so you get +1 AP. So that might come in handy. Dark Lances have AP 3 anyway, so it'd be kind of cool. The Ravager back here as well. The Reaver Jet Bike's ready to go deal with some infiltrators on the flank there, as well as my Talos, a Venom with the 5 Cabalite Warriors with all the guns, the 5 Cabalite Warriors and the Incubi in that Raider, my Kronos kind of like in the middle, and then the big block of the Archon right here, ready to kind of fight for the middle, and my Rax with the Homunculus ready to fight either for the middle, or if you decide not to deal with them, to go around and bully this objective back here. Then again, the cards will tell us what to do. That's the key. I do have the Raider in reserve with the Witches, though.
True. Yes, I have nothing in reserve.
But you have the Veil. You have the Veil.
Yes.
And you have the Monolith, which
yeah.
allows you to pull units from side to side, which is, I love it. I'm from 3rd edition Monolith, that was the key. You could put the Monolith in the middle, and then put like your whole army on one side of the Monolith and kind of anchor your whole flank with the Monolith. And then in the blink of an eye, you could veil the unit and then teleport a unit with the Monolith. And now you were on the other side of the table. It was really annoying.
Yeah, you could actually hammer one flank and then all of a sudden reinforce the other one out of nowhere. That's exactly what the Monolith does. So he pretty much pulls the unit out of reserve or takes the unit on the table and puts it near the Monolith. So that's pretty freaking key, dude. Okay, well, we're also going to go over the rules of our armies throughout the game. We're not going to be like in depth, like this is a full-on Necron or Drukhari review, but like...
Well, we're just randomly putting stuff on the board at this point, just to show cool rule mechanics.
Yeah.
So we'll tell you when the mechanic comes up.
Yeah.
And hopefully you can gain some inspiration for your collections and your games of the new edition.
Absolutely. With all that in mind, we're ready
It is now time to begin.
actually play this game, I guess, right? So it's a roll off, just
Before
like
we
last
start though,
edition.
Luka, which accent should I use today? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, which? Take your pick. I have a menagerie.
Winner has to go first. And it's Dark Eldar turn.
To the Dark Kin.
Number 1.
Turn, and this is 5 battle rounds. I didn't even look. Is it 5 battle rounds?
I believe so.
Okay, excellent. Awesome. Okay, still using the Banduo War Games score sheet here. I'll be on the right.
I really want one.
And then
They're so good.
You'll be on the left. I kind of want another one from them that represents this edition in Tempest of War a little bit better, because we're going to be seeing a lot more Tempest of War. Yeah. We both go up to 1 command point. You start with 0, you work your way up, you keep them throughout the entire game, but you get so little throughout it.
Yeah, so things that like give you free command points or additional command points or command point refunds, I think will be very useful. Now, Dark Eldar have the mechanical power from pain, and I get pain tokens. So I'm assuming we're playing Strike Force, which means we gave each other, like, this is more than 1,000 points. So 3 power from pain tokens is what I started with. And because of my special rule for the detachment, I do have an Archon, a Homunculus, and a Succubus in my army. So I get 3 bonus pain tokens. And the enhancement that my Homunculus has is the power from pain or something like that. So at the start of my command phase, I get a free pain token. Now these will come in handy because I can beef up my units by making them reroll hit rolls or advanced rolls or charge rolls, depending on the phase that I use them in, which I'm very excited to try out.
And then for anyone curious on the Necron side, mine is much simpler. I have command protocols, so when a unit is joined by a character, they get a bonus to hit. Simple as that. They don't have the weird...
That sounds very simple.
Effective.
Very exciting.
Easy to remember.
I'm okay with that.
Though I can't remember if it was shooting and melee or just shooting, so I'll be right back. It is both. Well, you are looking to see who can go over here to attack them, yet we don't know what the cards are.
Yeah, I guess we should. So the 2 cards I drew were Deploy Teleport Homer and Capture Enemy Outpost. So, Deploy Teleport Homer, I can basically use a unit. They're not called actions, but it's essentially an action.
Yes.
You pick a unit to do a thing and it can't like shoot or charge, basically. So it's an action from what you remember from 9th edition.
Yeah, there's no rules for actions in the core rulebook anymore. They're all on the cards wherever it's relevant. So just follow the cards, people.
However, it doesn't say you can't like advance and do them or anything like that. You just pick a unit that's not battle shocked and that is eligible to shoot. So if you have an assault weapon, you're eligible to shoot.
Interesting.
Right? Interesting. Yeah, cool. So essentially, I have to do an action in your deployment zone or within 6 inches of the center of the table.
So it's the new investigate sites / teleport home.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, I would normally get 2 points. This is one that you could do fixed. I would get 2 points if I did it in the center of the board. Every time I did it if I was playing fixed missions. But if I'm playing tactical missions, which is a random, I get 3 points for doing it in the middle and 5 points for doing it in your deployment zone. Because I can't really get to your deployment zone on turn 1, probably gonna do it in the middle, so it'll be worth 3 points instead of 5, so sure. The other one is capture your home objective or one of the objectives in your deployment zone. There is only one, so I'm not gonna get to it, so we're gonna get to see what we do when we discard a card after the turn, because I'm gonna keep it, I'm not gonna like flip it out, but then I'll discard it at the end of my turn and cycle through it. But with that, I think we'll go into my movement phase,
where we will be right back. All the movement's pretty much the same as last edition, with a few exceptions.
However, at the start of the movement phase, I am going to use 1 pain token to empower this unit of Reaver jet bikes, which means they will get a re-roll advance roll.
Okay.
Because they don't automatically advance the distance
anymore.
the
bikes lost that?
Yeah, so I'm going to use that a re-roll for them. Because I gave them a pain token and they're within 9 inches of my Chronos, on a 4+, the pain token will be refunded.
Because the probe,
Because the little pain probe. No, so I do spend it, keeping me down to 6. However, they will get an advance. Now they do slash attacks, so I'm hoping that with a reroll, I can do some mortal wounds to those flayed ones before getting in. And they do have an advance and charge for a command point, which means I'm hoping that then I can charge in and hopefully kill those flayed ones as well.
Okay.
Yeah. In retrospect, I reread my rules.
We are going to make some mistakes here and there with the new edition, so bear with us.
The flyby attacks only works if I do a normal move.
Not
so I'm not going to spend the pay token on that because there's no point in re-rolling my advance roll.
Right.
Because I don't think I'm going to be able to get there with a 16 and stay outside of engagement range. Because if you were a little closer, then sure. Oh no, that one, yeah, that's less than, I might be able to do it with him.
Okay.
Flying because that goes there. That's there and then an inch back. Yeah, so I could potentially do that. Okay, awesome. So another thing to note before I even get started. Start of my command phase, a Kabalite warrior squad is in this raider.
Okay.
And a Kabalite warrior squad is in this venom.
Absolutely, that's
Kabalite
facts.
warriors have a rule where they sticky objectives even if they're in a transport. So that objective is now stickied because my Kabalite warriors, which are pirates and raiders, they clear the objectives and move on to something else.
Okay.
So that's cool.
Nice. All right, well, now we'll move things and see where they all end up.
Now I'll move stuff.
We promise.
I finished my movement phase. I moved the racks they advanced up just to get all of their objective control onto the middle objective.
They fear the Lich Guard.
However, they are going to go ahead and start the action, quote unquote. It's not called an action, but they're going to deploy a teleport homer.
Nice.
They just moved up. Kabalites have movement 8 now, which is really
They're
awesome.
elves. They're fast.
So I'm just going to move them up. They have lots of guns. I'm going to probably just start poking shots at some of the immortals potentially.
Oh yeah, you want to do a wound to my immortals?
Sure. Well, they've got lots of guns. I've got the eyeballs. I've got the blaster. I've got the shredder. Got the dark lance. Got the splinter cannon. Got all the rifles and the carbine. So they've got a lot of stuff going for them.
All right.
Now, cool interactions here. Normally, big buildings like this, and you had fly, you just ignore the vertical distance and you'd move around. But the Scourge had to basically move from the bottom in a diagonal line now because you have to measure that diagonal.
Yeah, if anything's higher than 2 inches, you have to measure the distance, but fly things go at the angle.
Correct. So the Scourge diagonally just kind of moved up into the building, just get in range of the monolith or the other stuff, the Lich Guard potentially. But then the Kronos that was back here, I kind of misdeployed that, and then I can't go over the building, so I actually have to go around, which kind of lowered the amount of distance.
He could fly to the top, but he wouldn't be able to fly back down.
Correct, unless I rolled very high on like an advance. But the 9-inch bubble is within range of the jet bikes,
yeah.
in range of them, not within range of the racks, sadly, and in range of the Talos, and both of these Scourge units as well as the Ravager, because I'm going to be using some pain tokens as well. Now, another thing in 10th, you can get out of a transport after it moves. So the Venom was just too far from that objective, so I moved the Venom, disembarked the unit of Kabalite warriors, so now they're on that objective. I'm hoping to kill them, and if they survive, I will sticky that objective with their little raider rule, which is kind of cool. And then from there, they'll get back in the Venom and move away. Okay. But all in all, my aim is to kill them. To kill them and try and kill the monolith. If I can kill the monolith and lower your ability to like move around the board as easily, I think that'll be like my main focus. But toughness 14 is no joke. And a 2-up save is no joke. So we'll see how that works.
All right.
Now, even though those Kabalites did get out of the Venom, they're not allowed to move any further, and they're not allowed to charge. So they just get out of their transport. But they could do like actions or like steal an objective away or do stuff like that.
Things like that. And if the Venom didn't move, then they're free to do everything they would normally do all the same. Disembark, move, shoot, charge, all that stuff. Yeah. It's just the old assault vehicle rule from, what was that Primaris transport called?
The Impulsor.
The Impulsor thing.
Yeah.
It's the exact same rule, but everything has
all the vehicles do now. Basically, any transport, you can move the transport and get out. Some vehicles, like they showed off the Land Raider and all that stuff, have assault ramps, so you can actually move, get out after moves, and still charge, which is awesome.
Yeah.
That harkens back to an old edition of the game.
Exactly. Land Raider's back, baby.
So, start of the shooting phase, because there is no psychic phase anymore. Not that you and I care.
Correct.
Psychic.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
However, check this out. Are you ready? I'm going to empower this unit.
Okay.
I'm going to empower this unit.
Okay.
I'm going to empower this unit. I'm going to empower this unit.
Oh, you're going like all out here.
I'm going to empower this unit.
Oh, and he might get
and
half
I'm going
back.
to empower this unit. So I'm going to use 5 of my tokens. Well, no, 6 of my tokens. And all of the units I have empowered are within range of the Kronos. So let's see if I get any of these back. And I use 1.
Beautiful. Well, what an interesting and important piece to the
the Kronos is like, seems like he's going to be a moneymaker.
Yeah.
I absolutely love what he does. So because I did the empowering in the shooting phase, every unit that I empowered now gets reroll all hit rolls. I know, 10th edition, the edition of fewer rerolls. cool thing about pain tokens is you can use them on battle shocked units. They're not command points.
True.
Which is pretty awesome. And if I empower my Archon's unit, they also get reroll all wound rolls because he's just a master of pain, which is really cool. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and do some shooting. So we're gonna start with the Reaver jet bikes. I have 2 heat lances that can shoot and are in range of the monolith. So they'll shoot and be in range of the monolith. That's both of the heat lances. And then all of the rifles are going to shoot into your Gauss Immortals.
The blasters?
Actually, no, we're going to start with them because they only have range for a few things. So I'm going to start with them.
Okay.
We shoot all the anti-infantry guns into the Immortals, and the Dark Lance and the Blaster into your Monolith.
Okay. Works for me.
Cool. So Dark Lance hits on 4s. He is only strength 8. So, oh no, 12. Strength 12, sorry.
Still 5.
So wounds on 5s.
Hey!
There you go. That's at AP 3.
Any other fancy rules on it or just the stats?
No, that's it. It's D6 plus 2 damage.
Okay. And I actually get cover on them.
Yep.
Because these, effectively, like, buildings like this, hills, that maybe not those.
Yeah, they're statuaries. They're a little different.
They're a little different, but like,
Yeah.
they actually provide cover. Because I'm on this side of the statuary, not every model can see him. Like, every model can't see him fully, so he gets the benefit of cover against their attacks.
Correct.
Which is the same as it was before. +1 to your save. This thing's got a 2-up save. What's the AP of the Dark
It
Lance?
is AP 3.
Okay, well that is going to be a 4-up then.
Nice.
Didn't matter.
Okay.
And how much damage
So
is
it's
it?
D6 plus 2 damage.
Okay, not bad.
So I'll do 6 damage.
I have no idea how many wounds this thing has. I'll be right back.
Something I have to remember, something I forgot. Okay.
14 wounds left.
So something I forgot to know. I rolled a 6 to hit. Because of the Lamian, the whole unit gets lethal hits on its hit rolls. So 6 to hit just automatically wounds.
Oh, so you got
So I wouldn't even had to roll the wound roll, but I did just to show it off.
Okay.
So that will do the blaster. So it hits on 3s, however.
Looking for a 6?
No, but I am empowered,
Oh.
so it missed.
All right, we dodged the blaster.
That's it.
And then all the anti-infantry over here?
Correct. So all the anti-infantry stuff into that. So I'm going to do the eye burst. D6 hits.
Is it torrent or anything?
Yeah, so it automatically hits. That's 6 hits. These are strength 6, AP 2, with all reroll wound rolls thanks to the Archon. So 3s, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Rerolling wound rolls.
T5 on them, I believe.
There you go. So that is 6 AP 2s.
So Immortals are still 1 wound with a 3-up save, but we have cover because of the barricade. Now, barricades only provide cover to infantry. I broke it to pieces there. Thank you. So these are 2-up saves to a 4-up after all the modifiers. I lose 3 Immortals.
Okay.
Blip, blip, and a blip. We'll take those 3 there. And we have more shots to resolve.
Now the eye burst has a special rule. So after my unit is shot, that because I hit you with the eye burst, it will force a battle shock test on those Immortals.
Okay,
Maybe
well.
making them a little less effective next turn. And then I've got all the rifles. So I've got 1 carbine, I've got a shredder, so we'll do the shredder, which is another torrent weapon. It's like an 18-inch flamer.
Okay.
Excellent, 1 shot. Let me check if it's blast. So no blast, but it is strength 6, no AP. Now, it does wound. However, because you have a 3-up save, and this is AP 0, it doesn't go to a 2+.
Oh, no AP on this?
You don't get the benefit of cover, so it's just a 3+.
Saves are pretty much capped at 3-up at best with cover.
No, they're not capped at 3-up. It's against AP 0, you cannot get the benefit of cover.
Yeah.
If you have a 3 or better saves. You can't turn 3-up saves into 2-up saves
Right.
against like AP 0. So like volume of little shots still has impact, and it's not just like useless, which I think is cool.
3-up save.
Definitely not flat.
6.
Definitely.
And the cannon.
The Splinter Cannon, it hits on 4s. I get to reroll all hit rolls though, and it does have sustained hits. Nice. So that'll get me an additional hit, which will be really good.
And that also wounds. That should also wound because
Oh, it auto wounds. Yeah. So I get 1 extra hit and 1 additional wound.
And you just have to roll for the wound roll still.
do.
Nice.
So this is an anti-infantry 3. So 2, these are AP 1. So
Really?
you will get your 3-ups.
We're good.
And they're 2 and you owe me 1 more.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Haha. Oh, a damage.
Hooray! It's 2 damage, but
Oh!
yeah, take that. So I have the carbine and 5 rifles. Rifles are assault 2, 24 inches.
Love the addition, all the changes so far. not a huge fan of the 6 different weapons this unit has. Takes a little long to resolve, but whatever.
Well, we're just explaining everything.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I was just doing it, I'd be rolling it, and Luka would just be rolling saves or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
But we want to kind of showcase everything.
6s are good.
6s automatically wound thanks to the Lamian.
Lethal hits.
Re-rolling hit rolls.
more
Okay.
6s.
And these are anti-infantry 3s.
Yeah.
So wounding up. And they're all AP 0.
So 11.
So just 3 up save.
Saves. 3s. I lose
Ooh,
3
nice
more.
roll.
Boom.
1,
Boom.
2,
Boom.
3.
3 left. You know what? Actually, I'll keep this immortal alive. I
Okay.
won't lose this one over here.
Yeah, makes sense.
Bloop.
Okay,
Alright.
so that is the end of that shooting, which was actually quite effective, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And you do owe me a battle shock test.
I do. They are. The characteristic is still called leadership. They are 7+ on immortals, I believe. We pass.
Nice.
Yeah. So you want to roll equal to or higher than the characteristic. It's the same for all of the other stats.
High is good.
High is good. You want a
High
high.
is-
No, you want a lower characteristic.
No, well, sorry.
You want to roll
rolling
high. Rolling high is
good.
good in the game. Yes.
That's right. So rolling high in the game tends to be a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Okay.
I have a stratagem I might use, I guess. I'm going to fall into the trap of the Drukhari here, the Archon in particular, but I might as well do it.
Yep.
I am going to use Protocol of the Undying Legion. So after it's a stratagem, after my unit was attacked and lost models, so you can't do it on like bigger vehicles or anything, they immediately trigger a reanimation protocols that heals. I'm pretty sure this is how it would work because it heals D3 wounds, D3 plus 1 if you have a character joining them. Now, certain units like the Necron Warriors have special rules for reanimating under certain circumstances, which I think the strat would only count the strat's wording, not the warrior one.
Interesting, but we'll see like what
When
they,
exactly,
what
yeah.
they decide to do.
So these guys are going to heal D3, and you said you want to use the Mastermind ability
Yeah,
here?
Devious Mastermind. So if my Archon is the Warlord and on the battlefield, he can, once per game, if you use a stratagem, make it cost an additional command point for the rest of the game. So I am going to use it on this one, so it costs you 2 command points to activate your reanimation
For
in the
anything
fight
else.
or the... Now, your Overlord does get it for like 0 command points.
Only for his unit, though.
But it does mean that like everywhere else for the rest of the game, it'll cost you more. So I'm
Yes.
just hoping to like bleed you dry.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if this is super worth doing here, but if I crank a 3, that's pretty clutch. I got 2. All right.
It's not bad. Half the unit is still alive. So that's pretty good.
But would I have done a battle shot? Oh,
No, Battle Shock
that's
is in your command
Yeah,
phase.
my command phase.
I just
yeah.
had a special ability to make you Battle Shock because of my Medusa.
Boom. You're gonna go there.
My Reaver jet bikes will be doing heat lances into the monolith.
2 shots. Those
2
right
shots,
there.
so 1 shot each. And then I will be doing all of the rifles into the Immortals.
And they're currently under the effect of power through pain.
They are. They
or
are.
the power.
They are. They have.
Yeah.
They are empowered.
They're empowered. We want to do the heat lances first.
We'll do the heat lances first.
Right.
Now, heat lances on a Reaver jet bike hit on 3s. So hitting on 3s.
Relentless.
And they are empowered.
Oh,
So 1 hit, and a heat lance is strength 14.
T14 on this bad.
So I do need a 4+.
Oh!
Good job, heat lance.
What is the AP of that?
I don't know.
Okay, fair. Now, this is where a case of the monolith will actually not get covered because they can see every part of it. These barricades don't matter because they only reference infantry.
A heat lance is AP 4.
6 up save. What a nasty weapon. Oh, a 6. What's the damage of it?
It's D6 damage, but heat lances are Melta 3.
What's the range of it?
18. So,
So
as
9
soon as I
inch
get
range?
within 9, it's D6 plus 3.
Minimum 4 damage, eh? Yes. That's nasty.
Yeah, with strength 14, I feel like heat lances are the money.
I hope that 6 was clutch. I hope that means this guy lives this time.
I hope, all of this that I have here only wounds you on 5s.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So, odds are that monolith will not go down.
Are those the only heat lances you have?
Yes.
I
Now, if I roll my own Scourge, they
do
would
it all.
definitely be heat lances on the
Oh,
Scourge.
fair. Oh, I guess the heat lance on the Scourge hit on 4s, though, I'd assume.
Correct.
Yeah,
But
'cause-
with Power from Pain, reroll hit rolls.
There you go. So it doesn't matter as much,
Correct.
right? Yeah.
Right? So we'll see. And then
Okay.
we'll do all the little rifles into your mortals.
All the rifles.
And I have 4 rifles. So they're hitting on 3s. I am empowered. And they wound infantry on 3s. So that would be 3 saves.
3 more. These should be 3 ups, just because of... okay, we're good.
Nice.
All right,
The Talos is going to shoot its twin-linked splinter cannon into those immortals.
Twin linked now is reroll wound roll, so it's less consistent than rerolling hit rolls, which is nice. It's just
Well, it's less dice having to be rolled, which I think is very, very useful.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It helps that you have the reroll hit rolls from the power, I guess. But
So twin splinter cannon hits on 4s. It's only 3 shots. That is a sustained hit.
nice.
And I get rerolls because I'm empowered on the Talos. And then it is poison, anti-infantry 3+.
With a reroll.
So that would be, and twin linked if I needed it, but that's gonna be 3 saves.
-1.
Yep,
All right, back to 3s, probably. Nothing.
nice. The Venom's gonna do the same.
Oh,
it
same.
has 2 splinter cannons. However, these are not twin linked or empowered. So these hit on 3s though, because they're on a vehicle.
Sustained, that's right.
And needing 3s. So that'd be 4 saves.
Same idea, back to a 3. We lose 2 of them.
Okay, fair enough.
Boom, and a boom.
Okay, so let's start with some Scourge. So I'm going to start with this Scourge unit back here. The carbine is out of range of anything. So I'll do 4 Dark Lances at your monolith, which is covered because...
not every model
yeah,
can see it,
because
that's
I
right.
can't see you fully. So needing 4s to hit with Dark Lances on Scourge.
Reroll.
They
for
are
power.
empowered.
Hey.
Nice. And now I need 5s to wound. So 2 at AP 3.
So these are 4-ups on him. Make. What's the damage on this?
2d6 plus 4, technically.
No, screw it. I don't care.
Okay.
I have no command points. I can't do anything about it anyways.
Oh, that's right. So I will do
9.
5 plus 4, 9.
He's got 5 wounds left. Okay, we're gonna try.
You
this
haven't made a single save with that monolith on 4s.
I know.
Like this, so you are getting cover from this as well because you are covered by this building. So 4 more Dark Lances, hitting on 4s, and empowered.
Yikes. Here we
And
go.
on 5s, spicy.
Oh, stop cranking. What's the point of having the toughness when you're rolling against Skari? Oh,
1.
he's dead.
No, it's minimum 3.
Oh, let's see.
So I do have a command point. I could potentially reroll the damage here. D6 plus.
Oh, he's out
Yes,
of here.
I got him.
Deadly,
Does he
deadly demise?
explode? No. Yeah, take him off the board, Luka. I don't want you to play with your toys.
Yeah.
Bye. I killed a unit. That gives me a pain token.
Excellent.
I bounced that. Yeah.
There you go. Money in the bank.
My Ravager is going to shoot now. I can see those immortals. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 command point because the Ravager is a Cabal unit for prey on the weak. So as long as my Ravager is shooting at a unit that's below half strength, I get reroll wound rolls.
Okay.
So it's going to get power from pain. It's empowered, so it gets reroll hit rolls, and it's going to get reroll wound rolls because of being empowered. So hitting on 3s with the Dark Lances, and wounding on toughness 5.
Yes.
But I'm strength 12 on Dark Lances. So 2s
With the
and prey on the weak. Oh no!
What's the AP?
AP 3.
Boom.
1 is left alive, and guess what? I have run out of guns, which means he's gonna live. Oh no, I still have one. Still have that little unit of Cavalites back there.
Yes.
Another thing I forgot to mention. After these Scourge shoot, they get a 6-inch move.
That's right.
So because this is 5 inches in height, you don't really have any long-range guns other than the Tesla.
No.
So I'm gonna move this unit just down here.
Dropping down.
Just gonna drop down.
Yep. And they can jump back up and shoot. They have a lot of that's old school kind of the
Jump,
old
jump,
not jump. I think it was jump packs that did that. Yeah.
It was called Jetpack.
It was jet. It was one of the two. Yeah, because they both exist. Jump packs moved 12. Jetpacks had assault moves. That's right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, even though that seems like a really good turn, which it has been so far, your damage output is still largely untouched. You've got all your Lich Guard, all your Scorpex, and a lot of shooting still. So I'm curious to see how much damage you do in retaliation.
And if anyone's like, oh, it's still you're just tabling the opponent turn 1, I rolled like crap on him. I didn't. I
wasn't
made
even
one save.
That makes up for all your Oziark Bone Reaper rolls that you've ever rolled against me, Luka.
I would have loved to make some of those saves and see what the monolith did, but he did go. He's too important to let live.
I do, to
the
be
opponent.
honest, I have a lot of Last Cannons.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Dark Lances, which is what Steve has in his collection. So it's just I was just using what is. So it just happened to be a dead monolith. And if you're thinking I'm being mean to Luka, then you're right, because I thrive on his pain.
It's true. I'm experiencing pain right now. I'm experiencing much pain, but it's okay. We'll make it work.
So even though I have one unit left that could potentially shoot him, I can't physically see him. He's physically blocked, so I cannot shoot him.
Okay.
Which is awesome. For you, because now we'll get to show like how morale works, potentially battle shock, and your reanimations will work as well, which is really neat as well. Okay, so let's go into here. They're just gonna go ahead and shoot into your flayed ones.
It's fair.
So I do have a shredder, D6 hits, 5, these are strength 6, add AP 0, so that would be 3.
I don't even know what their save is. They're gonna get some cover there because they only have a 4-up save, which will help none of them. They just made their saves.
Now you're on -1 to hit because you're stealth.
Yes.
So now my blaster's gonna try hit you on 4.
Oh,
misses.
stealth! Look at that.
Yeah, then I've got 1 splinter cannon, which hits on 4s normally, but you're stealth, so 5s. Nothing.
Oh.
And then I've got a dark lance, which hits on 4s, and you're stealth, so 5s.
Hey!
Oh, that hit.
That's
that
a wound.
wounds at AP 3.
They'd have a 6-up on that guy, I guess. Oh, he did.
Blip, blip. Okay, one guy goes down.
Okay.
That's it. The other guy can't see you.
True.
So that's that. And now the Reaver jet bikes are going to attempt a charge. However, start of the charge phase, I will use a a power from pain token to empower them. Do I receive it again thanks to my Chronos? I do.
Nice, it's free.
It was free. So they get reroll charges.
Okay. 7.
7.
All right. I'll charge again. There are several new things about charging. Again, the 2 inches ignored for moving and all that stuff, but you must get into base-to-base contact if you can.
Yeah.
There's no more staying like a millimeter away than using that to pile in and around.
And you can't you have to try and get close to the unit that you're charging.
Yeah.
So you can't like I couldn't have rolled a charge here and moved most of my unit this way. Like I have to try get into combat if I can. There's no like holding back, which is very different than what 9th edition was.
It's true.
Where you could like charge him, but go this way to get onto the objective, which was like very weird.
Yeah, there's less weight. There's still a few tricksy things you can do, but it requires like focused on that area mostly.
Yeah.
You can't do like way off of the left field kind of play.
Now when you charge, you do get fights first.
Yep.
Do you fight first with them?
Nope.
No? So you get to choose the first one that fights first, but you don't have any. So then I would go with my Reaver jet bikes. Same thing, I pile in. Anything that's already in base-to-base contact can't pile in. Everybody else has to basically try get in if they can. If they want to pile in, they have to get closer. They have to try get into combat.
Yeah. If they can get into base-to-base contact on a pylon, they must go into base-to-base contact.
Engagement range is still 1 inch and vertical 5, which is the same as it has been.
Yep.
And if you want to fight in multiple ranks, you have to be in base-to-base to a model that's within base-to-base.
Or just be in engagement range. Exactly. Yeah.
So that keeps it. So all of these jet bikes will now attack. So the Sergeant is equipped with Agonizer as well, which is really cool. I'm going to use the Agonizer on the Sergeant, not the Blade Veins, because it is an anti-infantry weapon that gets extra attacks. And I am going to go ahead and spend a pain token on them to give them reroll hit rolls. However, because they're far away from the Chronos, it just costs me a
token of pain.
A token of pain. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the Agonizer first. It's hitting on 3s with 4 attacks.
Rerolling if needed.
Rerolling hit rolls because of Empowered. And it is anti-infantry 3, so 3s to wound. And that would be 3 at AP 1.
If anyone's curious, the stealth only works against range attacks. So these are 5-up saves. I save 1 to die.
Okay. And then each of the Blade Veins is 3 attacks each. 1. So these are on 3s to hit. They are empowered. And they are only strength 4. And
no AP.
No AP. So your toughness 4?
Yep.
So 4s to wound. And they are no AP. So that would be 7.
4-up saves.
Okay.
We're dead. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Got him.
And that would give me 1 additional pain token.
I guess
a unit.
Fair.
Yeah.
This army rerolls a lot.
Now, I know, right? It's kind of ridiculous. It's so silly. So now, for consolidations, because there's no other enemy unit, I can only consolidate if it would get me into combat with another unit, or if that fails, I can only consolidate if consolidating would get me into scoring range of an objective, which it does. So I will be consolidating towards this objective.
But every model must go there.
Every model has to basically go this way. But they are now essentially consolidating towards this objective over here.
All right.
Yeah, and that would be
a turn.
The craziest, longest, most convoluted and explaining turn ever. And it is the morale phase. I'm kidding. There is no morale phase, which means your lone immortal is still an active part of this game.
Yep, we just, it's all about killing everything down to the last little, essentially piece of the unit. Now, but he does have to take break checks in my command phase.
Correct.
But being Necrons, he will heal some.
So I will score my points. They complete the action at the end of my turn, or the action. So I will get 3 points for that, because I'm playing tactical objectives for the teleport homer. And I'm going to get rid of outposts, so I will discard this card. And that will give me 1 command point.
Yes, and we're about to get another one in my turn.
Correct. Necron turn number 1.
Update on the score and command points, just showing Skari's over here. I won't be able to do the way I used to do for Tempest of War because these are not worth 5. They're worth a variety of points. But I'll try and keep a little die in the top corner to keep you guys informed of what's going on there. And yeah, on to my turn. Let's see what cards I get. Well, I got Deploy Teleport Homer like Skari and Storm Hostile Objective. You are already very familiar with not Storm Hostile Objective, but Deploy Teleport Homer. I do the same thing Skari did in the middle. I won't be able to do that, which is fine. I can just get rid of it later for a command point. However, Storm Hostile Objective is quite easy. Take an objective away from Skari that he already controls, or take the one from his home. And it's worth 4 if it's fixed, but 5 with its tactical, which it is.
Which is really cool. So you're probably going to get 5 points if you put more objective control on this objective than I have.
Correct. Yeah. Which I will definitely attempt to do. We are going to go to my command phase proper. We already showed off our command points. And now I have to do, it's at the end of the command phase, Necrons trigger the reanimation protocols. Now nothing is hurt here, so nothing has to, except this guy can heal D3 wounds. However, I do have to do a battle shock check first, because he is under half of his starting strength, which is 4 or less in this case. Now, being broken or not broken doesn't affect reanimation protocols, but I can be broken, reanimate a little bit, and then just suffer the broken effect until my next turn.
Yep.
So I am broken.
Ooh. So you fail the battle shock test. That gives me a pain token.
Excellent. So what being broken means for him, he can't be affected by any stratagems until he's not broken. You just check every turn. And he counts as objective control 0. And I believe that's it.
That's it. Yeah, so pretty much it. However, now your reanimation protocols activate, which will allow him to
go back up to 4 guys.
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Now, as far as I can tell, there's not too many rules for placing models. There isn't really any rules at all for how you should place models. So technically, you could do the chain out thing. Don't do that. Don't be a degenerate. Play properly, you know, be nice, be gentlemanly, make people want to play against you. Reanimate to the parent unit.
Don't kill that monolith in 1 turn.
Yeah, don't be that guy. Ideally, reanimate your models around the foundation, the original point. That way, you know, it feels a little bit better for your opponent and get you in the game a little more narratively, because that's kind of where they died. They just stand back up again. It'd be kind of weird if, like, I reanimated all the way over here. Nothing died over there, right? So,
however, because they are battle shocked, it's less of an impactful. Like in this case,
correct.
Because even if you can't really like steal an objective from me or something, because you're like. Exactly. No OC, no strats, nothing, right?
Now, granted, if you're playing like at an event, you're trying to win, do whatever backhanded tactics you need to take the win. I don't care, but like if you're playing, I care a lot if you're playing your, like I really do, if you're playing your casual games and you're annoying your friends by manipulating every little angle you can. That is not the spirit of the game, folks. Should be for my command phase. Like I said, if anything else was hurt, I would heal that stuff, but I am going to go right to movement. I'm going to try and hit you back somewhat as hard as you hit me back.
I feel like you're gonna do a lot more work in like turn 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Like, I feel like you're gonna just like hold for a couple of turns while I like pew you. You're gonna throw your Lich Guard, which now I have to deal with, and I don't know how I'm gonna deal with the Lich Guard.
They do seem weirdly durable. In general, with their rules.
I think it's gonna be pretty intense, considering if you take the middle and you take these 2, you'll be scoring good primaries starting on turn 2 onwards.
Yeah.
Which means like you're gonna force me to commit. Like my guns do stuff, but now that the tank is gone, like I only really have the Scorpex to really shoot at, and like maybe the Lich Guard, you know, but it's like less. Anyway, it's gonna be interesting. I'm curious, because I feel like you're gonna be a slow burn, and then at the end you're just gonna like grind it down.
Which is what I hope Necrons would do. That's my dreams, really. There it is. Okay, well, we're gonna go right to movement. I'm gonna show you where this all ends up. Generally, we're gonna reposition over here, push. They actually might climb for whatever reason, and then have the Scorpec just get unleashed, but like they're gonna hang out around here, and then push later. And then Lich Guard are going to go forward. They're going to move up this way. You guys get the idea. We'll be right back. Okay, everything's moved. Now our Immortals only 18-inch range on the Tesla. We advanced them, only getting these 4 in range to fire at the Reaver jet bikes, but still liking their position. And I'm like, 9th edition kicked into me. I'm like, that's a bad spot for them. I'm going to block my score pack. And then Skari reminded me, and I remembered, this is not difficult terrain anymore, and it's 2 inches or less. So it actually you just move right through it. Not only that, but you can actually move through your own units as well. You just can't land on them, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you wanted to measure through them and you can clear them, you can just push right through them. They kind of like, you got to imagine your armies moving at once.
Yeah, they like let the guy through. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's, you know, so I think that is going to be cool. You can create like screens of chaff and then have units behind that can like push through.
Just break right through.
And you don't have to worry about like, oh, I needed to move this unit first to stop blocking this unit. Like it makes it a little bit more user friendly.
Yeah, it saves those moments of, oh, I would have just moved this unit first, and the other guy's like, yeah, it's fine. So you don't have to
be like, no, you should have moved that unit first.
There we go. Yeah, it takes that all out of the equation. And yep, so they advanced. They actually ran rather far. Advanced, that's the word still. They moved, not advanced. Our little reanimator he seems kind of durable now for what he's got. A 4 feel no pain.
I'm gonna kill him.
You could absolutely. If the monolith goes down, I don't expect him to live that much, but I'm hoping he can frustrate some of the shots. He will get cover from this, which is nice. Our Scarabs advanced behind the building there. The Lich Guard simply moved forward. Yep. I've already thought of like a million different ways to build my Necrons as I'm playing.
Well, once we have like a better idea of what we can put into our list and stuff, and once we played a few games, we'll like instantly be like, ooh, I want this, I want this, I want this. I love this core unit. This thing is so good. That's really cool. I like that a lot.
Cool unit. So my immediate take on the addition so far as playing it is, if you have a favorite unit in your army, you can make it work. You can do whatever. You can mold your army to your favorite units. Say you love Lich Guard. You can absolutely make Lich Guard bonkers if you really wanted to through certain means. But like that means the other guy has bonkers units too, right? So everyone gets teeth. I'm going to keep these flayed ones back here because I honestly don't know what to do with them. Yep. Oh, you know what? No, screw that. I'm going to advance them. They're going to go... they're just going to move... Yeah. Gonna go up and around the building there. I figured I was trying to run them behind that building, but whatever, this works. Okay, that is it for movement. We are gonna go on to shooting. I'm gonna start with some stuff that's quite simple. I should note also, Skari is funny, I forgot. I did advance these Necron warriors. The Gauch Reapers are no longer assault. However, there is a stratagem called Sudden Storm, which when you target a unit with it, their weapons gain the assault rule. And if there's a lord with them, not necessarily a lord, but if they're joined by a character they're attached, they get to reroll the advance roll. I already cranked a 6, so I didn't need to reroll it, but they can fire their weapons even though they advanced, which is nice because assault is no longer negative on a hit. It's just you can fire them and advance. That's it. All right, I am going to start with these 4 Tesla into your Reaver jet bikes. Yep. Tesla carbines are still 2 shots each, hitting on 3s. Again, there's no negative to hit for advancing. They have sustained hits 2, so every 6 would be 2 additional hits, just like they always have been.
And if they had a character leading them, they'd get +1 to hit as well. So
yes,
they'd be
that's
on 2s.
That's the Necron thing, exactly, yeah. These are the hits now. Your T4, these are strength 5, these are 3s to wound. However, they have a new rule called Imperial Eradication. Probably not Imperial. It's Implacable Eradication. All Immortals reroll wound rolls of 1. However, if they're targeting a unit in range of an objective, it's full rerolled wound. Boom. I'll just say that. I'll just reroll that one. It's not perfect. There you go. Same thing. 3 wounds, no AP.
Okay, 4-ups. I'm not receiving the benefit of cover because... Oh no, because this guy can't see the whole unit, right? So I will put it on the guys behind that have cover. Yep. So you're AP 0 though, right?
AP 0, yeah.
I am a 4-up save, so I do go up to a 3-up.
Excellent.
So it'd be on one guy that has cover and the guy that has cover. So I take a wound, so they do have 2 wounds each.
I expected as much. Next up, I will do my blasters into them as well. Whoops, force a habit. I moved them closer for their Gauss blasters to get them in rapid fire range. I should have looked at the weapon first. It's 2 shots no matter what at 24-inch range instead of it being 30-inch range rapid fire like last edition. But all Gauss weapons, as far as I could tell in the book, are lethal hits now. So every 6th hit just wounds, which is pretty freaking nice. It's the old rule. Gauss always used to wound the enemy or glance the enemy on 6s to wound or armor pen. Now it's on the hit rolls. So these hit on 3s. No 6s, so I have to roll the wound, but they're strength 5, so 3.
And reroll all wound rolls.
And they reroll all the wound rolls. So they're likely going to wound anyways.
What
Yeah,
is the AP on these?
1.
Oh, okay, so 6 of them. I'm not in cover here because
Of the
you can
angle
see
they're
everything.
shot, yeah.
So I get 5 ups, and you kill 1, kill 2, and put a wound on a 3rd.
See that? Nice.
Okay, so the 4 jet bikes remaining.
And just for anyone who's curious, the Enmetic Annihilator is rapid fire, no, not assault, so he's not able to fire. The next thing I have to shoot with, in fact, the only thing I really have to shoot with will be these warriors.
Nice.
Into the, what are they called?
The racks.
The racks, that's right.
Their unit. Now I will be using a command point here because you're shooting everything into them.
Yeah.
To use insensible to pain. That'll be 1 command point, but it will be -1 to wound my racks.
Okay. So there's 13 or 12 in range, you said? Oh no, there's 13 because there's
13
7
in
out.
range. There's 7 outside of range.
So here's the first half. They hit on 4s normally, but they're joined by a character, which means they get +1 to hit for the command protocol. So hitting on 3s with this first little bit. These are going to be, oh, there's a 6 in there. That's a wound. Good lethal
nice.
hits. Yep. 3s to wound. They don't get rerolls like the Immortals.
4s to wound with -1 to wound.
Sorry, we just talked about that's right.
Yep.
So 4 wounds on the first half.
4 so
The second volley of the ghost weapons. We have another wound on the 6. These all miss. And another, so 4 in total on the second one. Okay.
That's 8 in total. I'm going to go ahead and put them on a couple of the models that are having the benefit of cover. Because there's a statuary there, basically, which as long as they're blocked, they get cover. So there's 2 of them that you can't. That the whole unit can't
for
see,
sure
basically.
good. Yeah.
So they do have a 6 up, goes up to a 5+.
These are AP1.
Oh, they're AP1.
Yeah.
Oh, then it doesn't matter. Then I just get my 6 up invulnerable save on everything. Good old Reapers. So 6 up invulns. 1. Now, racks do have a 5 up feel no pain. However, when they're led by homunculus, it becomes a 4 up feel no pain.
And I'm going to crush
And they will lose 3, and I will remove
the closer ones.
3 closer ones
Excellent.
over here.
All right. That will conclude my shooting. I'm just going to double check this guy's got little tiny baby range, and then I'll move on to the charge phase. Yeah, no range on him, so I'm going to go right to charging. I will start with these Lich Guard, who need probably a 7 or a 6 to get. They needed a 6 before I shot, so we'll see what we get here.
Yep.
Oh, I hit my camera. We're going to roll a 5, which I know is a fail beforehand.
We get to show off the Overlord thing.
I get to show off the Overlord. So once per battle round, the Overlord can essentially issue an order to his unit at a cost of 0 command points. So I'll use the command point reroll. And an 8 will probably make it in. Nice.
Oh.
All right, so they're all charging in. The guys who could get in a base contact got in a base contact, and then the rest just must move closer. But the tricksy things you could do is like you can move like millimeters closer, technically be closer if you don't want to leave the objective you're on. If they can make it to the charge, don't try and think too hard about it. Go play the game, guys. That's how they get in. That's the only other charge I'm doing. So we're fighting here. I get the always fight first rule because I charged.
I do not have the always fight first rule on the homunculus. However, I will be spending my 1 command point
You can
to
fight
make
first?
them -1 to be wounded.
Okay. So going from 3s to wound to 4s to wound, essentially. And that is...
If I had 2 command points, I could have used the counter charge and then charged them in, but I didn't have 2 command points.
Right.
Like the heroic intervention, which essentially would allow them to get involved. And
just do
because
their own
they
charge.
strike first, they would have hit first.
Yeah, because the opponent always fights in the fight phase first if they have the fight first, or if you're fighting at the non-fight fight first step.
Exactly.
And the countercharge, the heroic intervention, which what I believe is called, is gonna be the tough one to wrap your head around. Enemy units will be countercharging a lot in these games.
Especially if like I would have charged, say like the turn off before, if I would have charged the warriors and you can't heroic intervene with the whole unit of Lich
because it's free
for
with him.
free.
For free,
Ooh,
yeah.
That would have been spicy.
That's definitely some merit to put a Overlord in the unit. So I'm like not too sure if I like the Overlord or Lord and then have a barge behind it. We'll figure that all later. But this is where we're fighting first. And like the last edition, if you're in base contact with an enemy already, which the charge phase now forces you to do, there's no more like cheeky, okay, now I'm going to pile in, now I'm going to pile in. No, they're all locked with it.
I'm going to go ahead and spend one of my pain tokens on them as well at the start of the fight phase to make sure they reroll hit rolls.
Okay.
You know, just in case.
Is he close enough or is it?
No, he's outside of 9
Gotcha.
to like, yeah, I don't think he's within 9 to get the refunded.
All right. And when they pile in, if they could get into base contact, they must.
We all pile in. 2 of the Lich Guard aren't able to fight because they're not going to be engagement range of the enemy or base to base with the guy who is in base to base contact. So it does limit who can fight a lot more than last edition did, which is good because they needed to drop the killiness of the game like 1,000%. So this is, I'll just do the Overlord first, then do the Lich Guard afterwards. The only thing I'm sad about is I don't have a CP for the really cool like epic challenge strat where your characters gain precision hits and they can attack other characters. But
Face me. Face me.
I don't know if I can one-tap them anyways, so. Okay, well I gotta do some work here. I've decided to go with the Lich Guard first because I know the rules first. They have 3 attacks each. This is the first half. They are weapon skill 3, but they're being led. So they get plus 1
in your
to hit.
detachment.
Yeah. And that is, these are strength 6, normally 3s to wound, but down to 4s.
4s, yeah.
They have no fancy rules other than they just hit like trucks. A real fancy looking roll, but the 6s don't actually do anything. So 6 on the first half. These are the second half hitting on 2s. Okay, everything pretty much hit. And 3s to wound. 4s to wound, sorry.
Yeah.
So an additional 5 on top of it.
Not bad. No. So I do have a 6-up environmental save.
Yep.
The Homunculus ult has a 6-up environmental save as well, so just roll it all together. You can't allocate to a character until the character goes down, basically. And then I do have a 4-up Feel No Pain, and they're only 1 damage?
Yep.
Okay, so 1 damage each, 4 Feel No Pains, and I will lose 5 of the rack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves 2 remaining.
All right.
So that's his +1 hit, I believe, too.
I wonder.
Yep.
He probably does, doesn't he? He's got a Void Scythe, which is the heavy hitting War Scythe. These hit on, if he does get the +1, he hits on 2s. He does, sorry for the blur. He does get +1 to hit. The unit gets +1 to hit, so he hits on 2s with that.
Nice.
And these are going to be wounding on 4s, effectively.
But 6s to wound.
Actually, what's your toughness?
Toughness 4.
These are strength 12.
Ooh, okay.
So 3s.
3s. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're devastating wounds, though, so 6s are mortal wounds. Okay, well, it didn't really matter. Right to your invuln save.
2 of them?
Yep.
6-ups.
You, 3 damage each.
The first rack
is dead.
and the second rack dies as well. You just got it.
So it's only the homunculus left, eh?
Take that, you!
Okay. Now, consolidating's kind of similar to last edition. It's a lot wordier and a lot tighter on what you do. So to consolidate, the models have to get in a base-to-base contact with an enemy. And if they can't do it, then they can go towards an objective to go claim it. If they can't do it. But in this case, I'm already engaged, so I'm able to consolidate. But the models have to move towards the closest enemy possible. So these ones are going to opt to not move at all. As far as we can tell, that's how it would work. But these ones are going to consolidate in towards him, the nearest. I don't want to engage them.
Yeah, so they can go there 3, and they have to end in base to base if they can.
Exactly.
Essentially.
Boom. So that's essentially what I want to do.
Or an engagement range.
And then if this guy's closer,
Are you moving him too?
Yeah, he'll go in just so like for you to get out. You have to
me to
desperate
do my
breakout.
desperate breakout, which on a 1 or 2 will kill him.
Correct.
Which is going to be but I do get to fight you.
You get to fight still. Exactly.
Yeah. So Homunculus has his homunculus tools in his scissor hands. So he hits on 2s with 5 attacks. I did empower the unit at the start of the fight phase. And these are anti-infantry 2+.
Okay.
With precision, which means I can target your overlord with these. And I am going to do that.
Okay.
So 2s to wound. That's all 4 AP1, and we'll start on your overlord. They're D3 damage each.
He does reduce the damage he takes by 1.
Nice, so D3 -1, which would be because I can't kill him with 2.
Yeah, I'll do 2 at a time here. He's got lords have 2 up safe, so those both.
How many wounds is he?
Good question. Apparently 6 wounds. I can afford a 3rd one. Okay, I'll just keep failing these 2 up saves. Live back in 3 ups. All right, so first one.
Okay, so these are all
I guess
-1 each. If I roll 5s or 6s for all of them, I kill him.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay.
Oh my gosh. I almost just quit. I almost quit, dude. I'm
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds.
Last
you need
one.
to make a 3-up save.
I give up. I don't want to play anymore.
No,
dude.
you have to-
I'm done.
you
No,
have to finish the game.
we showed it off.
You have to
That's the
finish
game.
the game. No,
I'm
no,
gonna give up the elf all over dead. What is going on here, dude?
I poked him to
How's
death.
he gonna just die? That's crazy. I don't have that. So there is CP to bring these guys back, but I don't have the command point.
Because you used the reroll
for over there. I just lost
battle round.
my warlord,
I just poked
my Veil of Darkness, all of that on a few die rolls. I think we showed up enough 9th
No,
or 10th edition.
no.
You win.
No,
you
don't
win.
do it. It's turn 1.
You win.
You can't do this to everybody at home watching.
Well, they've understood all the mechanics. I have returned from my mental breakdown.
The chair of despair was occupied for a few minutes.
You couldn't recreate that in 1,000 games, dude.
Challenge accepted.
Now all of the viewers at home get to witness the misery that is the job of content production. I have to play this game to the bitter end, so please, for all that is good in this universe, kill me fast.
Everyone at home, give Luka some props. He is finishing this game!
We're gonna finish this game!
Ammunition! Let's go!
Oh, I love it so much. I lost the two favorite elements of my list, but we're gonna keep going.
What, the Scorpex aren't your favorite?
I could care less about them. All I care about, if anyone watches my battle reports, they'll know all I care about is Necron warriors, the Overlord, and Lichguard. That's all. And monoliths.
Guess who the leader is now?
Do I have to appoint a new leader?
No.
No, okay. I was like, I didn't.
I'm just
I didn't
saying
catch
that
one
the
yet.
code gets transferred to him.
This big dummy with this stupid circle sphere is going to be the leader now. I don't care. I don't care about it. You know what? Everything's going to run. Welcome to degenerate Necron stuff. We're just running at the enemy.
Maybe we'll get to show off the Gambit system, because Luka doesn't care anymore.
I don't know. Can I make it to turn 5? I do get my objective, Storm Hostile objective.
You took it away from me.
I do. That's mine.
Yep.
I got like 8 or whatever, 6 models on it. You got whatever your character is.
My character, I think, is 2, maybe
All
3.
right. It's mine. That's my 5
got
victory
it.
points.
You got
I'm
it.
also going to get rid of deployed teleport Homer to get a command point, and I don't think I'll be doing it.
So secondary objectives, air denial, basically mission kill Lichguard.
Yes, which is going to be very easy for you now.
No more -1 to be wounded.
No minus
sadly.
more because you assassinated my character.
My homunculus bossed it, which was great.
I'm not going to forget that. I automatically hate this edition.
And secure no man's land, which is hold 2 or more objectives in no man's land,
Okay.
which means also project kill Lichguard.
Yeah,
So it seems like everything's pointing to the grand plan.
And they're so much weaker than they were too with that lord there.
Anyway, we'll see. That's my points. I do get 1 more pain token because my homunculus is still alive.
He's still kicking.
And now the homunculus is now a model of a unit of a single model because all the racks are dead.
That's how the attached units
So
kinda
it
work,
does
yeah.
not need to battle shock anymore.
Yep.
So he's fine. The jet bikes are still at 4, so they don't need to test.
I have to kill
at
2
all.
more for them, yeah.
Correct. So with that, there's no battle shock tests on my points. However, these are still battle shock, though they cannot use any stratagems in the turn until
my next battle
Correct.
shock check. I wonder if there's like little tokens. I don't remember getting any like little tokens.
No, there aren't any little tokens, but we should probably have little tokens.
Just like little
for
battle shock tokens,
Just
right?
little something that says battle shock on it. Other than that, now that the Overlord is dead, I can move away, which is great. Keeps
Awesome.
my homunculus alive.
Super gangster cash money, dude.
He needs a medal.
That was insane.
It was nuts. Absolutely nuts. And because it's anti-infantry 2+, your -1 to wound didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because a 2 to wound is just critical wounds.
Yeah.
And who knew that an AP1 in this game was money?
You know what? I am glad to see the stats on the Overlord's pretty impressive, though.
Yeah.
That Overlord's pretty nasty.
Yes.
All things considered.
-1 damage built in, 2 up save built in. Like,
he heals D3 wounds every turn because of the
Correct.
thing.
Yep.
He's got a
every
res
command
orb.
phase. If I didn't kill him, you would have just reanimated
I
right
know
then
what
and
would happen there. I'm well aware of the circumstances.
there. Wait. How can I rub this scene even more? Where is your Overlord, Luka?
He's dead! No, he's back at the reanimation.
Yeah, yes.
chambers.
He just get download into the server.
Back. We'll see him again sometime
Backup
soon.
server. Yeah, unlike our battle reports.
Gone.
That
But not
disappeared.
forgotten. Boo, single 2. All my Lord of the Rings games gone. 17 games. Gone.
Really?
There's like
no.
20-minute games.
We had a whole campaign disappear too. Our whole
the
Necromunda
gone.
campaign.
Gone. Yeah.
That was sad.
Lost and forgotten.
But
Well,
in a good note, I get to bully all of you with my enforcers again in the next one.
one day soon.
Well, let's do some movement.
Oh, you're scoring. Explain how the scoring is.
Scoring in this mission, take and hold, 5 points for each objective you control at the end of your command phase. So I hold that one, and I hold this one for 10 points.
Easy.
However, I am holding that objective in the corner by the jet bikes with Cabalite warriors, which does mean I have now stickied that objective because they are pirates.
Stupid
That
pirate
means
things.
You can get into the venom and act as normal. And now you don't have your veil, which means I'm gonna not have to screen the backboard anymore, which is very useful.
So freaking cool, dude.
My gosh.
Just an update on the score. Currently, Skari's at 10, plus his 3 from the secondary. I'll be at 0 for now, but I got 5 on my secondary and current command points. And as for moving...
So the incubi are gonna disembark. All measurements to and from vehicles that have bases are from the base.
Oh, they count the flying...
So when you disembark, you have to, at least that's how I read it.
Are you telling me you can't take this raider and be like, sorry, I'm gonna move this. Oh, I'm on the objective with my little corner.
I guess you can't do that, yes.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
How much
It's from the bases, basically.
Yeah.
At least until they clarify, maybe they intend that you use the whole hull, but if it has a base, you measure to the base.
Well,
which is why I was measuring to the base of the monolith when I was shooting at it, because I'm measuring to the base.
I didn't actually, bother. I can't remember where to look for that, so yeah.
And because fly doesn't just ignore buildings,
gotta go up and around,
I'm gonna go around. So it's 11 to the back here, and then like 13 this way, something like that. And you technically measure as well to the base. But
yeah, if you're removing, it's a little bit easier. You just measure from tip to tip or whatever, right?
there are Cavalite warriors in there. You know what? No, because the Dark Lance is not assault. So I definitely want to, use the Dark Lance there. They're gonna get out. I think Archon Skari and his friends are gonna just get stuck in here.
Yeah.
Let's, you know what? Fine, yeah, it'll be fun.
And their misery, dude, put them down. They've done a horrible job protecting their overlord.
They definitely did.
They did the worst
mightiest bodyguards in all of the land.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm going to show this off. This unit of Scourge is going to remain stationary because their Dark Lances, I believe, are heavy.
That would make
I
sense.
think they're heavy when they're on Scourge. I'll check. But if they are, they get +1 hit because they're going to stay still. The Scourge are going to move. Now they ignore the like walls and stuff because they are infantry. So that's just kind of go through.
Yes, one of the rules for ruins.
So like fly infantry is going to be very useful for like terrain stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. Like assault marines jump packs. It's like they either burst through the ruined walls or they fly in different directions.
It's cool because you can ignore it if you're just going through, which is neat. Makes them really, really fast that way, which is great.
Versatile.
Just doing some movement. I'm kind of making sure that I get my Chronos for the pain token bonuses up and around there, which is nice. I've moved my Ravager up, my Talos up as well. And then the bikes are finally going to get to use their slash attacks. So I roll 1 dice for each bike I have. On a 4+, I will do mortals to these immortals.
Okay.
Get it? And because I have cluster caltrops on 2 models, I will be able to re-roll 2 of these dice. On a 4+, you will take mortal wounds. And I will re-roll 1 thanks to my cluster caltrops.
All right, they're dead.
They slash them. Slash. Now I did kill a unit. So pay
Does that one state like attacks or anything or
No,
abilities?
it's just anytime an enemy unit is destroyed.
Oh, it's
Pain
easy
token.
enough. Easy enough. All right, boom. All right, there goes my immortals. All right, that's 1 step closer to the great plan of losing my entire army.
I'm not holding any punches, Luca. I'm just gonna go for
fast
the throat.
as possible. And if you need weird angles of line of sight, you got it, dude. You can see the whole army. I'm gonna try and overwatch them with my Tesla.
Now we get to show off the Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's gonna cost me 1 of my 2 command points to do it.
That's actually really good. Those immortals are gonna do some work.
If I hit the 6s, I gotta hit the 6s.
But then there's triple hits.
Exactly.
Oh, gross.
So the way the new Overwatch works is you do it only once a turn. So you either do it in the movement phase or when you're being charged. You do it after a unit finishes moving, and then you just pick a unit, shoot at them, but you only hit on 6s.
Within 24.
Within 24, correct.
Yeah.
Only within 24. So I'm going to try and hit you with these 10 immortals, so it'll be 20 shots. All right, so first 10, we got nothing. And then the second 10, we got nothing. But we tried. We just rolled 20 dice, got no 6s, dude. Hey, that's the pacing of the game.
You know what? That's, we'll put that beginning of the edition blues. Check.
Boom. But we did the mechanic. In theory, would have been kind of cool.
Like, would have been cool to show off, especially with the reroll 1s to wound.
It's so sad. Drukhari overpowered.
So they're gonna hop into that little venom because they can. Whee!
Bye-bye, little homies.
Yeah, and then they're just gonna, I guess, pre-game move is and just make sure I'm within like 18 of these immortals because I want to shoot them.
Just a pew-pew them.
Yeah, because I've got like a torrent weapon and stuff like that. So, blah, something like that.
And now I can't do my reanimate strat because I don't have 2 command points because that dummy's alive. For movement, we're in the reinforcement step. You have a raider that can deep strike because that's what raiders do. Hello.
Yep, and it's full of witches.
True,
So,
I forgot you had those.
Yeah, it'll be super exciting. I'm just gonna get involved. Now, if I would have gone second, it would have been better to use a command point to do rapid insertion. So
That's a
at
new
the end
one,
of
yeah.
your second movement phase, I could have just deep struck it at the end of your second movement phase, but because I went first, it's like a little less impactful, where I can wait until you have your next turn and then spend a command point to bring that in at the end of your movement phase. So then in my third turn, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
But at this point, they're going to be ready on third turn anyway.
Correct.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's no point in not bringing them down. I am going to make sure that, I don't know if I should make sure that they're within, you know what, let's make sure they're within 12 of some pistols and stuff, yeah. Start of the shooting phase! Ah, yes. Yes, I'm going to empower this Raider, which will empower all the firing deck as well.
Yeah, so firing decks a new rule transports have, it'll be firing deck X. Raiders are open top, so they used to be open top, so they have firing deck 11, which is the amount of guys
So
that can
each
carry.
model, up to 11 models, can shoot with one weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you have multiple weapons, they just get one weapon, but then the tank counts as being equipped with basically 11 more
The
weapons.
tank is the mechanically shooting it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means if you buff the tank with the strat or the power tokens,
Yeah.
that affects the guys inside as well.
Exactly. So I can't refund that one.
It's too far away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will be empowering my homunculus. I mean my, oh, I do need to move him out, sorry.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Yes. He's just gonna move out because there's a little gap for him too. He's actually gonna go like right here, just to make sure he's within range of that objective, just in case. Then we're gonna go ahead and empower them. I'm gonna empower them. I'm gonna empower them. Empower this thing. Let me see if that Talos is within empowering range. It's just so silly and I love it. I'm gonna empower the Talos and I'm gonna empower the Kronos as well. Why not? Why not? It sounds really fun. So they're all within range of the Kronos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my Kronos says only spend 2.
That guy's consistently good right now.
He's so good.
You started with about 6.
I started with 6.
You
and
used about 18.
I still have 6.
You still have 6.
Yeah.
Real space raids.
Yeah. Oh wait, I didn't get one for killing your Overlord. I get one for killing your Overlord.
Ting. And the thing goes.
Excellent.
All right, where do you want to start the
Okay.
fireworks?
You know what? I'm gonna spend one on the jet bikes as well.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna spend one on that Venom. Might as well. Like I'm just gonna give everything rerolls. Because this is an edition with less rerolls, folks.
But the Drukhari get a bunch, so do the Marines.
Yeah.
Kind of. Marines get.
Actually, there's a lot more. Like your Immortals gonna
Yeah,
let you
exactly.
rerolls.
There's probably a lot. There's probably realistically a lot more rerolls.
It's
in the
just
game.
less dice on average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say P, more
Let's say
saving.
P.
In theory.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the Scourge with the +1 to hit. They're gonna go ahead and
He will have cover, but that's about it.
yeah, I am gonna go ahead and do the carbine into the Lich Guard.
The Lich Guard.
So I'll do the carbine first.
Okay.
So they are hitting on 3s, and they are
Powered.
empowered, and then wounding on 3s. So that'd be 3 armor saves.
They have 3 up armor saves. The shields no longer give +1, and they're.
However, there's a few that have the benefit of cover there.
Then I'll take them generally over here on
Yeah.
2. 3. Well, no, it wouldn't. There's no
Oh,
AP,
it
right?
doesn't actually
It doesn't
benefit.
matter.
Yeah, true.
We're
Fair
good though.
enough.
We're good.
Cool.
And we should state that these ruins are only 5 inches tall. There's no plunging fire.
Correct.
They would have to be on this level.
Yeah, which I can't do because I can't overlap bases.
Correct.
Yes.
You could be. I wonder if you'd have. Does the whole unit have to be? Because like, what if 3 models are up there?
No, it's
The whole-
every part of the opposing unit has to be 6 inches under. So even if you had like one model on the top floor, I couldn't get plunging fire into them.
Gotcha.
He's like, heads up, everybody. So then the 4 Dark Lances now hitting on 3s because of my
Not moving.
not moving.
But you
Nice.
reroll.
Nice.
It is a crap roll, but luckily you're
Nice.
Drukhari. There we go.
What's your toughness?
6, I believe.
6. So then 2s. If
Oh,
you're
let me-
T6.
I'm almost certain I'm 6. So he goes to effectively a 2-up save with a cover, and the 2s do wound here. These are 5-ups. I make, always close.
Very close.
Always close, let me tell you.
So 2d6 plus 4. So I did 10 damage.
All right, well, luckily, these things have the Feel No Pain 4-up rule. Let's see.
How many wounds does it have?
6.
Oh, okay, so you have to pass a decent amount.
Yeah, so he is going to take 4 and live.
Ooh, nice.
That's not bad, let me tell you.
Not terrible.
Those Dark Lances, last edition, would have
just
killed 4 of them. I'll put a Dark Lance there, all your enemies are dead.
Yep.
Yep. Now, he actually lived.
Nice.
And from them,
So now I'm going to try and... Look, the Talus has anti-infantry guns with his twin splinter cannon, but I am going to try and shoot the twin splinter cannon at the reanimator. I'm wounding on 6s. However, the Talus have a rule where if they kill a unit, they become empowered for the rest of the game.
oh, like with the reroll thing.
Yes.
There's
so they
always rerolling.
If they kill a unit. So because there's only 2 wounds left on him, I'm going to try and see. He's got twin link guns and sustained hits and reroll hits, so I might be able to do it. Especially how Luka's rolling right now. So 3s to hit.
I'll take him off the table if you want.
I'm going to reroll all hit rolls here.
Oh, you're looking for 6s. That's right. Yeah, you're trying to fish for sustained
There you
hits.
go. 4 hits.
Not bad. Strength.
Strength 3, so you're toughness 6, so I need 6s.
Oh gosh.
But they are twin linked though.
Ooh.
That's not bad.
I love it, dude. Bring it on. That told you what's the
It's
AP
AP
one?
1.
Oh, so he goes back to a 3-up save because this will provide cover.
yeah, okay.
I'm gonna roll nothing but 2s.
So that's 2 damage each.
4 damage. He is
Okay.
dead. You got him, dude.
Yay!
Oh,
Dead.
he might have
deadly
deadly.
demise.
Might have deadly demise.
Oh!
All right, there's no deadly demise on him.
Hooray!
So he just-
My Talos is now empowered for the rest of the game. And just gave me a pain token. Yay. So I'm going to start with actually this unit right here. So I've got a Dark Lance, which is going to shoot into your Lich Guard.
Okay.
And then I've got 5 Cabalite Warriors as well. And they're just going to shoot into your Lich Guard as well.
What was that rule called? Firing hatch?
Fire deck.
Firing deck. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
fire deck.
And they get the full rerolls because you did the power?
No, not on them.
Okay,
I forgot that I had that model.
Oh, you can do it if you want to.
Yep, I want to.
Yeah, I don't care. Go for
I
it. Doesn't
literally
change
have so
anything.
many, it's
I know.
crazy.
It doesn't change anything.
So the Dark Lance misses.
Reroll. Blessed of you, the Dark Kin. Yeah, that
Toughness
one's
12. Yep.
Yeah, I'm strength. I think
12.
I'm T5 or 6.
Yeah, so 1 invul save from that.
Shields up, you dummies, please. Oh, they
I got
did.
one.
Whoa.
Okay.
Cavalite Warriors.
3, 4, 5. They also need 3s. And it is a firing deck. It is a firing deck. And they are wounding on 3s
Poison.
against infantry. No rerolls here. So 3.
3 of them.
3 ups though.
1 damage.
Yeah.
They're 2 wounds each.
The Kronos is going to shoot because I want to show off Blast over here.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and do the Spirit Siphon. This is not Blast, it's just D6 hits.
Spirit Siphon. Not my spirit!
This is Strength 5, so wounding on 4s. And that's 3 at AP 1, but they do ignore cover.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I'm like, cover. I don't have cover. I'm like, oh, I guess I technically do. Boom. Okay, 2 more damage. My spirit.
So the Vortex is D6 Blast. Because you had less than 10 but 5 or more, I'm going to get +1 to this.
You should have shot that before the Raider, dude.
That's true. So I do get 3 shots. They
Skari sucks, doesn't know what
hits
he's
on
doing.
3s. Re-rolling hit rolls because I didn't power him.
Nice.
And now it's Strength 5.
Ooh.
So 3s, 4s. So 2 at AP 1, ignore cover as well.
That's 2 more damage.
Nice.
1 damage each, right?
Yeah, just 1 damage each. That's it for the Kronos. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this unit of Scourge. I'm going to go ahead and use a command point to use the grenade stratagem.
Yes, it's a generic strat they have.
They do have grenades as a keyword. So I basically, before the unit shoots, or a unit that hasn't shot yet, I can pick a unit within 9 inches, and I roll 6 dice if I have the grenade keyword. And on 4s, I do mortal wounds, as they just lob grenades at you. And I do 3 mortal wounds.
The expected amount, dude. So dead. We're down to 5 Lich Guard. Turns out it's really easy to kill them. They don't have their noble.
So the Dark Lances, they did move, so you need 4s to hit, but they are empowered. Empowered! Power from pain! And then needing 2s, because apparently they're Strength 12, which is awesome. So 2 invulnerable saves.
Shields. Nope.
No, apparently Luka's saves just don't exist today.
I'm all for it, dude. Let's expedite this nonsense. How much damage was that?
Just a minimum of 3 each.
Okay.
Yeah. The Carbine. Rerolls. Nice. And then poison 3+. So 2. And by poison, I mean anti-infantry 3. So just 1 damage there.
1 damage there.
And now they will use their
6-inch move.
move to just scootsy scoot.
Nice. That little unit of
Clickety,
Scourge
clickety.
killed 5 on Lich Guard. Now, granted, you guys might think the Scourge are really powerful. Let's not forget they're 1 wound, toughness 3.
With a 4-up save.
Yeah. You look at them and they're dead.
correct.
Yeah.
I'm just very lucky you just don't have anything that can really shoot them yet.
Yeah, I got. This was a very like close.
Well, we just kind of
engagement.
like put a bunch of stuff, like put together a bunch of stuff, and now we're figuring out what we want. And then next game, it'll be a little bit more not as convoluted.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Okay.
All right. What's next?
Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and.
I like how you disembarked the incubi. They're not going to do anything.
I know.
They're just going to sit there. It's like,
Well, I don't know how much damage the army does. Like I'm learning. I'm like, well, just in case I need it.
our prey. They're dwindling.
Yep.
Okay. What do you want to fire next?
Wait, so I'm gonna go ahead and.
I can't wait to resolve. No.
They are empowered. You know what? Argon Skari wants to be able to take you down. However, the Medusa is gonna go ahead and shoot. Is it 1 CP to shoot me if I kill a model in your unit?
Yeah. Yeah. It's 1 CP to return fire. That's a Necron one. It's like protocol, the Vengeful Stars.
Yeah, Vengeful
After you're
Spirit
done
or whatever.
shooting,
If I kill
return
anyone.
fire. Yeah,
So
you
you know
have to kill
what?
a model. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot the I-beam into there because I can potentially battle shock you before you get to use a stratagem on them.
Cool.
Right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to try battle shock you just to like make them ineffective and show off the mechanic. Everything else is shooting into the Lich Guard. Okay, so they're just going to shoot you. So Argon Skari has a blast pistol and there's a whole bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead and do the eye burst from the Medusa first. 5 hits.
Good start.
These are strength 6. Man, this eye burst is just money. And reroll wound rolls because of Archon Skari in the unit. So that would be 4 at AP 2, and I believe it ignores cover.
Oh my! All right, 5s then. You're gonna kill 3 of them.
Nice.
Before it's around now. I battle shock. I am not battle shocked on them.
Sad.
I can only return fire with 2 models because the rest can't see you though.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna bother too much with it.
Makes sense.
Let's take those 2. They might have lost 3 there. I can't remember. I'll take the 3rd. Gladly.
They're just gonna read. The rest of the guns, Archon Skari's blast pistol hits. Oh, and auto wounds.
Yes,
lethal hits.
Oh yeah, the main.
So 1 at AP 3 or
In
something
bolt.
like that.
Oh, it actually made a
Nice.
6.
Okay.
Outstanding.
Then we've got the Slith is going to shoot his carbine. Reroll all hit rolls, and on 3s. So 2 armor saves.
Make them both.
Nice. Then we got the Splinter, the Blaster. Let's do the Blaster. Hits. Doesn't wound, but reroll wounds to the Archon.
Boom.
Wounds. AP 4.
Shield. Nope.
That just kills the guy that's wounded. Then we'll do the Splinter Cannon. 4s to hit.
Ooh, sustained.
Rerolls. So 1 auto wounds, and then an additional hit.
Oh, that's right, because of the main. Yeah.
Yeah, and then 3s with a reroll wound. So 3 at AP 1.
1, no real cover on them, so they're dead.
They're 2 damage each.
All right,
Pop
you
out.
did it. No problem.
Another paint token. Yay! Okay, you know what? Let's just do this. I'm going to start taking away your big guys. The Ravager is going to go ahead and he's going to shoot everything into your score packs.
There's not much they can do against us, so let's see.
So 3s to hit, re-rolling because I'm empowered.
It's like nuts, dude. This is literally insane. All these rerolls.
Strength 12, so
2.
2 at AP 3.
I'll take some guys on cover. It's gonna fail both. 2 2s.
They're minimum 3 damage.
Oh, excellent. That is dead.
Okay, cool.
I'll just. They're gonna table me in 2 turns of shooting, dude. Yeah, and I'm all for it, dude. I'm all
so
for
they're
it.
gonna go ahead. I'll do the 2 heat launches into the score packs.
Same
I'm
idea.
gonna do all of the little rifles into the immortals.
Okay.
So let's do the heat lances, needing 3s, but they are empowered. So 2 hits. These are strength 14, so 2s. Nice. I guess that also happens.
You mean you can't reroll the wound rolls also?
Only on the Archon's unit. The rifles will hit, and they need 3s to wound. So that'd be 2 armor saves.
1 dies. Mm-hmm. Now this is where I could Vengeful
You could.
Stars them. I'll freaking do it to show it off.
do
but
it.
I don't know what I expect to come of this. Here's my attempts to shoot you back. Oh, not a bad roll.
Not bad with
Not
the
a
Tesla.
bad roll. So
that's pretty good.
That's an extra 10 hits on sustained hits.
Nice.
There are 3s to wound with an extra 10 on top of it. And the other 10 for the sustained hits. Dang. Oh, these get to reroll wound rolls of 1. I didn't have any really. I might have had a couple. I don't care. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe? Yeah, 11 wounds. No AP on that though.
Just 4 ups. And you kill the one that's wounded, And 2 more.
Nice. Welcome to the world of broken, you dummies. I cannot wait to kill this one unit. I am so excited. Oh, that's not true. I killed the Rax earlier. I did kill it.
You did kill the Rax.
I got the Rax
You
earlier.
did. Oh, which does give me another pain token. Because when they die, they get a pain token.
The Rax specifically do that. That's
Correct.
right.
They have a special rule where when they kill a unit, they get a pain token. When they die, I get a pain token. So it's pretty cool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the Venom, which is firing deck 6. So all of the guys inside also get to shoot. So blast the Dark Lance into here, and everything else will shoot into them. So I'll do the Dark Lance first, needing 4s. I did empower this as well. Oh, and then the Splinter Cannons are just gonna go into the Immortals as well. So Dark Lance hits, doesn't wound. Blaster hits, wounds at AP 4 on a blaster.
On these guys?
Yep.
I got a 6-up save. 6 up. No, close though. Always close.
D6 plus 1 damage.
Oh, bleh.
Okay. Then everything else into the Immortals.
Okay.
So we'll do the Shredder. D6 hits, 5 at strength 6 with no AP. So that would be 3.
We are good.
Yep. Then we got the 1 Splinter Cannon from the squad, which rerolls hit rolls. So 4 hits. Man, I like these Splinter Cannons. And then 3s against infantry. So that's 4 at AP 1.
We should go back to a 3-up because they have cover. Which, 2 damage. I thought that was over here. These guys...
Yeah, only the big blaster and stuff is going
Only that one
into
guy we
those
got cover, so one at a time on him. So he's dead, and the other guys are 4-ups. Okay, just that one guy is dead. Boop.
Okay. 1 Splinter Rifle from the squad. 2 hits, 3s to wound, 2 armor saves, no AP.
Same guys?
Yep.
Make both.
And then the Venom.
Venom! Oh!
You know
Those
what?
are
I'm gonna
sustained
reroll
hits,
both
right?
of these.
Look for 6s.
Nice. This is so awesome.
More splinters,
And
baby.
on 3s. These are 7 at AP. What the heck? 7 at AP 1.
You kill 4 more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's 1 left.
Okay.
We got
Wait,
1 more.
and there's more. It's still not done.
Not done yet.
Not done yet. I'm gonna do them. So the Dark Lance is gonna go and shoot into your Sporpex, and then I'm gonna go ahead and shoot all the pistols into those little guys.
The
there.
flayed ones.
I do have a blast pistol on the Succubus and a blast pistol on the Witch Sergeant, so I only have 9 pistols that can go here. So they're hitting on 3s, and they are empowered because why not? And wounding on 3s. Yeah. Anti-infantry 3+.
No AP?
No, it's infantry. It's 4+ on the.
Oh, it's different than the rifle?
Yes,
That's
so
a
it's-
little bit of annoying to remember.
Yeah, but they
like,
are assault. They're pistol assault, so you can like run around and shoot them and stuff now.
That's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. These are. I will have +1 on my save because of the statuary, I guess.
Yep.
Doesn't.
3 go down.
And then we got the blast pistols.
No, they're only 6-inch range.
Oh, they're little baby range.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
I
so
got
they
you.
don't- yeah, nothing happens. The
Doc-
Dark Lance into the Scorpex.
The long
3s.
hit.
Wounds. AP 3.
3 cover guy. Nope.
Does minimum 3 damage.
Bye bye.
Bzap. Bzap. I feel I'm kind of embarrassed at how bad this is going for Luka.
I don't even mind anymore. I had my little moment earlier when my overlord died.
That's
now
true,
it's like
that's true.
witness the power of the dark king,
Yeah,
right?
let's go. This is 10,000, it's billions of years in the making, right? We've known each other for a long time.
You know what the problem is? This one game is going to skew the opinions of so many people.
Thousands of people that watch this are gonna be like, Dark Eldar OP.
Now,
Just
this-
happens to be one of the best Dark Eldar players in the world.
Look at him doing so well. Man, it's like he's rolling so well. So keep that in mind before you judge the game, guys. Necrons
Look.
aren't bad. They're not overpowered. It's just stupid dice.
The key of this is we're showing off stratagems,
Yep.
interactions, rules. So even though it looks really weird, I hope you're learning the individual moments where we're like, hey, this is where I use this stratagem. This is where I use this rule or ability. Because we've already shown off Overwatch. We've shown off like the Necron stratagems. We've shown off like most of the mechanics for the games, the reanimations and stuff like that. It's been so
The phasing, the battle
deep
shock,
trying, the
game.
battle shock
Yeah.
stuff. Like it's come into play, which has been really cool.
That is the goal of today's video.
I am going to go ahead and spend a command point, and by command point I mean pain token, on that Reaver Jet Bike. So he gets reroll charges.
Bring it on,
Go. We're going to try and get that last guy.
Got it.
Ooh-wee.
Hello.
Now, this is a case where if you had command points to counter
These guys would roll 2d6 and countercharge to, and then They don't get the fight first rule, though, if anyone's
Unless
curious.
the unit had the fight first rule.
Through other means.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then I will start the fight phase, spend 1 power pain
To
token
reroll
as well,
his hit rolls?
to reroll hit rolls on him.
Is that the only charge?
Yes.
I guess so, yeah. Why
Yeah,
not?
he fell back, so he
Yeah,
can't
he
do anything.
retreated,
That's
yeah.
too far away.
Okay.
And this thing, you know what? Is he within 12? Oh no, because it's to the base, so I can't there's no way he can make it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. 4 attacks for my little guy, hitting on 3s with rerolls. And winning on 3s at 2 at AP 1 from the.
2 at AP1, 4s. You got him.
Okay. Blip. That does get.
How many tokens do you have right now?
I have 5.
The best part is Scarabs are objective control 0, so that's you consolidate onto the objective. You're already
Right.
kind of there, so you don't need to. So it's all yours.
Hooray! Go, Jetbike, go!
Is that it? Is that the end of the turn?
Look, that is the end of my turn.
That was okay turn.
It was an okay turn. I did a lot of damage.
Yeah, you killed 10 Lichguard, 10 Immortals, the 4 Immortals, more than half my score pack. You killed some
More
of the
than half
flayed ones
squad
back
and
there.
your reanimator.
And my reanimator. Huh. I wonder, does that have anything to do with the consistent rerolls? And in the MiniWarGaming Vault, available to our YouTube and Vault members, you better believe we got more 10th edition content coming out. This game will be between Steve and Luka playing the Space Wolves against Orks. Now, if you're not a member, do not fret. All you need to do is click on the link down below to sign up for a 7-day free trial to have access to this content, as well as the rest of the 10th edition content, and heck, all the other wargaming content we have available is also in the vault. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the post game, and we'll catch y'all next time very soon.
Are you within 12? Are you within 6 inches of the center of the table?
No, sir.
I didn't think so.
Sir, no, sir.
Are you? Do I hold 2 objectives in No Man's Land?
Sir, yes, sir. How many points are those?
So area now is 5 points.
Attacked. Oh, those ones
That's
can't
just
be
tactical.
tagged.
Yeah, and then this one is 5. So 5 and 5 bring my total up to 13 out of 40 for my points.
And you got 10 on your primary, and then on my turn, I would have gained 5 for the primary there, and I'm actually throwing in the towel now.
Yeah, I think we've shown off.
I hope you guys understand.
Do the reanimation first.
I'll show the reanimate.
Yeah.
So the nice thing I will say about reanimates overall is that it's relevant for every unit type again, which is nice. So now I roll for them for reanimating. If I had the reanimator, I get more, but I don't. Anyways, I would heal 2. Now you look at the unit, you always apply them 1 at a time. So say this guy had 2 wounds and I rolled that 2, he'd heal the full, and then I would bring back a score peck with 1 wound. It's super easy, super simple. The reanimator augments it, makes it, I think it's
an additional D3.
correct. You roll 2d3, so no matter what, you're getting 2 or more or whatever. And then, things heal, things come back, things like that. If I had like little piecemeal things, like generally the rule of thumb for Necrons is, I get the reanimate over there too.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
they're still alive, but they would get back
to full
up
health.
to full, right?
Yep.
So there's your full unit.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
there's some, I think reanimation, especially for multi-wound models, is going to be useful.
Way better. Yeah, it's way better. Especially when you have like 5 Lich Guard, one's on 1 wound, you crank that 3, you get 2 Lich Guard back. That's kind of clutch.
Yeah.
I like that. There's a lot of ways to amplify it too. If you want to, I tried to skew into reanimating with my orb, but you got it. So I got an orb over here, orb over there. I had the reanimator following these guys around, but like any addition, if you could pick apart the smaller elements of the Necron army, they start to lose a lot of that synergy.
Yeah.
They heavily rely on things like that. So it just so happened it worked out very well for you to be able to do that.
It worked. I think that was like the tipping point, was literally when I was like, and you don't get to reanimate anymore, and I kill your Veil of Darkness and all that stuff. Like
I was watching all those wound rolls against there. Every attack would have been negative on the wound. You would have lost a lot of wounds.
Well, true. Yeah. However, the poison is critical wounds
Correct.
on the 3. So it wouldn't have affected that, but it affects all my blasters, my Dark Lances.
The Dark Lances and everything, exactly.
Which would have made, and then if I did run into combat, it would have affected combat as well.
Right, yeah.
So
I was going to wait until, because had I had the Lord still alive, I would have never used tactically, I wouldn't have used the CP over here. I would have, even though you're making it 2, I would have saved it 2 for them to be kind of half dead. The reanimator wasn't quite within range to help them, but I would have gotten the D3 plus 1, which maybe could have kept them alive a little longer than reanimate on my turn, your turn, my turn. Kind of keeps them going a little bit. Do I love the new reanimation protocol? I think it's usable as long as the stats in the game stay the way they are. That's the important part. If things start getting too much damage, that
Well,
rule
we'll
will
see
have
what the
zero effect.
detachment rules are for a lot of the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because that's where they're going to be bringing in lots of special rules, is with the detachments
Yeah.
and the stratagems that are associated with the detachments themselves.
Correct.
Like, I'm playing the Dark Eldar Real Space Raid detachment, which is very straightforward. And has decent strats, and you're running your
I
whatever
gotta
it's called.
look. It's got a name.
Yeah.
It's an Awakened Dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's yours, where you have all these. And I like the fact that if something is too powerful, they don't have to change a whole bunch of stuff. They can see if something's being used too much over like time and stats wise. They can like tweak a stratagem in one of the detachments that people are using a lot, or they can tweak a detachment rule and not have to touch like
They don't have to touch the
main
units at all.
units,
Yeah.
you know, or they can just change one little like rule on a weapon or something. Like it's very. They can kind of pick apart the different points or whatever. Anyway, I do think, just after playing the Power from Pain mechanic, that it is incredibly powerful.
Do you think it's okay how it stands now, or is this game an enigma? Well, this game's definitely an enigma.
You have to play this game and
100
give it
times.
a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I could have rolled nothing for my Kronos.
That's the thing. Like when Skari initially rolled the 6 dice and he cranked 5 4-ups, that could have just as been as easily as 1 4-up.
Or nothing.
And then you're crippled on like how many you have, right? You're
I gambled. I was like, I'm going to use a bunch right now, and it paid off.
And that was it. He gambled on his army mechanic. It thrived and it allowed him to do the same thing on the second turn to clean house. So it was like one of those, I'm gonna hit you really hard this turn. I'm gonna gamble to get them all back, and if I do, I can hit you just as hard the second turn and nail coffin this game.
The Alpha Strike, though,
Not a big fan of it, if I'm gonna be honest, but
100%.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
not like. It would be a mechanic that if I was like, if I had any say in the matter, I would have tweaked it a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, especially in the amount that you potentially start with, or mainly in the regeneration of the Kronos, like capping how many I can get back, kind of like command points, because it's like having a free reroll everything command point on every unit all of the time.
yeah.
And they're not a command. They're not a stratagem. So even if I'm battle shocked, I can use it,
True.
which is
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Agreed. But well, I mean, we'll see in time. Like again, this game is one of the things that happened in this game. That monolith probably shouldn't have died. The Overlord definitely shouldn't have died. Had that monolith been still alive, he would have been reanimating. Had the reanimator there, he would have been putting a lot of pressure on you. You would have had to put more pressure on
Those
him.
death rays would have just nuked.
They're sustained
whatever
fire D3.
They would have just
Yeah.
they would have picked something and just been like, okay, that Ravager dead, that Kronos dead, that Talos dead. Like I knew I had to kill that monolith. That was big.
I'm very excited. I'm going to play the next time I can. I'm definitely going to play something similar.
Yep.
I'm going to readjust a few elements of the list just to try out some of the nerds, the cryptex, and I might try a barge because I like the idea of the Lord in the unit, but I think I'd get more bang for my buck with a barge and a Lord instead of an Overlord in the unit.
Correct.
We'll see.
And then you could use like something like the Norn crown or whatever.
the other relic,
which is like one of the enhancements that you get, which is kind of cool. It counts
it's like an auto. I think it's like an auto include.
You know,
yeah,
it seems very powerful.
it is very powerful. it is very powerful, Skari. You got it.
However, this game feels a lot more in its mechanics. Like we play AOS, and there's a lot of cool similarities.
Yes.
Like if you want to have a cool combo, you can just build the combo based on the units you take, which I love.
Sorry, the battery was dying. I had to change it.
It's all good.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say.
Okay. Well, we were talking like a little bit off camera while I was changing it, and like maybe if anything was to be adjusted, if again this is anecdotal, it was one game.
We have no idea.
Correct.
Yeah.
This and Skari gambled, and it's like when you gamble and roll well, you should be awarded, and you were definitely awarded here. I would like if this was an event, I would definitely play out the game, try and scrap any points I could. I could like my turn. I could still do stuff. I could kill this thing, reclaim this, deal with that guy. I guess maybe try and kill them off, but then I would get hit pretty bad. And I
It's
would-
the witches back here, I think.
That's
That
it,
really
yeah.
kind of put the nail in the coffin because they are meanies.
Yeah, and then the veil on the Lord, on the Lich Guard, not as good as like putting it on this guy with these guys, I think. Would be a little bit more valuable. But I mean,
Or like a squad of immortals.
or Immortals,
something
yeah.
that, like,
I gotta remember, Immortals are actually pretty good. I gotta respect the Immortal. They have a lot of consistent damage on them.
yeah, they hit better.
Yeah.
Their guns are now just 2 shots at range if you have the Gauss,
Yeah.
or like, you know, so you can teleport them around and do
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then, like again, the Monolith again is key, right? Like you have the Tesla Immortals back here. Monolith moves forward. Tesla Immortals pop out. Blam. right? Things like that. A lot of cool things you can do, but you're able to pick it apart, sadly. Anyways, folks, that's it for this game. Again, this one was supposed to be more of a mechanical showing of how the edition plays. So far, I think I love literally everything.
I love everything. Yeah. The game feels really fun. We were just noting how movement is just smooth.
Yeah.
You just move.
You just
know
move.
what I mean? Like, you don't have to worry about, like, up and down. No, just, like, you just move your units. That's fine. It seems very organic in that way, and I like it a lot.
It's smooth. It's easy. It's easy without it being, like, too abstract, right? It's just like, it's just the rule is if it's like 2 inches less, they can just climb over it, find a door or whatever, just get through it, right? Climbing up and down. These things actually providing cover at like range is really good. Like I always play them as obstacles before, but you always needed to be within 3 inches for the obstacle to work last edition. Now I can just have like, I know I can deploy a monolith down, like even this hill would protect the monolith, I think, technically.
Yeah, because it's not fully visible.
You can't see the bottom half of the monolith, right? So it gets a little bit of cover.
I like that. I think the cover mechanic is simple. Just benefit of cover, +1 save.
Correct.
That's it.
So they increase the saves on everything because of cover, pretty much across the board. They reduce the AP of all the attacks.
Correct.
And reduce the amount of attacks a lot of things had too.
Correct. And reduce the amount of rerolls.
And yeah, I mean, allegedly.
I think there's a screen capture somewhere of them saying that specifically.
Anyways, folks, that's it for this one. We'll see you next time. There will be lots more tent to come. I won't let this game sway me in any way. Mechanically, the game is sound, and I actually think the Necron rules are damn good too. Like even like reading them in theory, I'm like, okay, I'm not too sure how this works. Like I got to see it on paper. I played one battle round, and then it's like everything makes sense. Everything's like, oh, that is like.
So now you were going through the data sheets, being like, ooh, I want that next time and this next time. So next time you'll have like a better idea of what you want to add into your list, which is really cool.
Yep, I liked that. I liked all the elements. These guys are pretty good heavy hitters. They're good to hold back in reserve. Except the goal was naturally to have the Lich Guard occupy you and the Monolith occupy you while they crept up and got there. But I mean, heck, you can even put the Veil of Darkness on this guy, I think, and then you can just like teleport around if you wanted to.
That'd be really cool.
Or you just use the Monolith to actually shoot them around. You could literally just keep them in the back the whole time and have the Monolith shoot them out when they're ready.
So they don't get shot.
So they get shot, right? That's also something I guess you could do if the Monolith lives. But if you gamble and the Monolith dies right away, then you are.
You know what the solution to that is, Luka?
Play again.
Take 2 monoliths.
True. True.
That'd be double death rays.
The death rays seem nuts. Okay, folks, I'll let you guys go and check out some other coverage, and we'll catch you next time. Happy wargaming. Gosh.
Bye, everyone.